Can't hear you.
You guys can't hear me because I was unmuted. Alrighty, so we're gonna start this over. Welcome to our take. Brandon, you gotta unmute yourself. You're muted right now. But definitely thank you guys for joining. I have some special guests on. I have Brandon and I have PL Coulter from the Extra Point. Because you know my co-host is still out of here. He'll be back next week. But thank you guys for joining. What's happening?
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
pleasure to be here. Big fan of the show. Farah, you know how we get down. I'm ready to talk
Man,
some sports.
let's get it. Let's get it. We got one more guest that may pop in a little later. We'll see if she joins. We don't know. We'll see how she do. But let's see. Got a few people. Gotcha. Adam said he couldn't hear me. What's up, Zena? Adam, thank you guys for joining. I think we got the mic situation. That was me shooting. But here we go. We're gonna jump right on into it. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Nice weather out here in Texas. I don't know about the East Coast, Brandon. Yeah, I don't know if y'all got rain or what. But right now
Yeah, it's
it's red
cloudy.
outside. It's cloudy with a chance of
Yeah.
meatballs.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, it's red out here. Pray for us, okay? You can't even go outside right now without a mask, okay?
Right,
We have
Oh
some
wow.
sand that flew in from
right.
West Texas. I don't know the high winds, but my car's red. Both of our cars are red outside. Everything is. So I'm not going outside right now for my allergies to be done. So, but you know how we do it. But we're gonna get on into it. We're gonna start with NCAA basketball. We talked about the women Wednesday. We'll holler at y'all Tuesday. Today is all for men's basketball, guys. So let's hit it. ACC championship. Brandon, I'm gonna let you have this one for real, because right there, he's a Tar Heel fan right here. So we have ACC championship is coming on actually today, but unfortunately, we had some problems yesterday, y'all. We had some problems. I'm a Tar Heel fan. I'm hurt. What say you, Brandon? Mm,
Heartbreaking loss. The
mm,
comeback from 24 points. That was incredible. I was watching it and thinking, okay, let's see where their heart is at. Let's see how bad they want to try to make that last effort to get into the tournament. I kind of knew that we had the ability to come back because that's how our games went earlier this season. If you remember, we played Kansas. We got down by like 22 or something.
22.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was an. I think we got down to Florida by 20, and we ended up coming back. So I was like, well, I know we had the ability to come back. And I just thought this has to be the one. This has to be the one where you come back from 20 and win. And
Oh
everything was
man,
it was working in our favor. And Jalen
gosh,
Withers, man, Jalen Withers, another bonehead play
he
last year. If
learned.
you remember, when we were
Oh,
playing Alabama, we had the lead, a minute left, should have just ran the clock. He takes a 3-pointer, which turns that game around, and we lose. And then this year to step
mm.
on the and he made the free throw that to make even a bigger.
Man, listen, we learned this in pop. Where he learned this whole rule at 5. I know we all know this. That was one of the first mechanics you learned. You do not step over that line. You do not
Exactly,
move.
exactly.
I don't
And
even know what to
he's a super senior. He's been in college like 10 years. He should have
say.
should have.
So get him started on no damn age limit. He knew better. He knew
Yeah,
better. So you don't feel bad for him because that's what everybody is saying. Do you feel bad for him or no?
I I do feel bad because he's a Charlotte kid. To in that moment, you playing in front of your family. Uh,
Man.
and then to have, like I said, the message to make that play last year, and then to be on the line this year, and it could possibly cost the season. We'll see what the selection committee says, but I don't think they're gonna let us in. I think if they do, it'll be a sympathy. It'll be a sympathy. So it'll be a sympathy bid, but
And the worst region ever where you're never going to win.
yeah, yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, oh yeah, they're gonna put us in a tough bracket now.
So,
Yeah.
oh man, that's crazy. Paul, what's up?
like I echo Brandon's sentiments because the way that the season was had gone for North Carolina, where you hit the rough patch and then you catch fire at the most critical time of year for college basketball is late February, and they were playing some good basketball coming down the stretch. They had moved off the first team out, fourth team out into the bubble, and I think last night quad one win, whether Duke was fully loaded or not, I think that would have been a huge win to for Carolina fans to at least play today and be able to have less anxiety going into Selection Sunday. The brand, the cachet, CBS is still a business. I think that if all things being equal, I would rather have North Carolina in the field, even if it's in the play in, the first four. I would rather have them in over a mid major or some nebulous school that doesn't have the cachet. That's a huge brand, has huge following. If y'all in the tournament, y'all gonna show up in that powder blue, so in that Carolina blue. So my heart went out to the kid. My brother is the biggest diehard North Carolina fan that I have ever met, and I haven't even texted him yet because I'm like, I got to give this time. You're
Yes.
down one. You have the incredible comeback, as Brandon alluded to. Just one of them gets you into extra frames where you had already kind of walked Duke down, and it would have been in your favor if it gone to an extra frame. So my heart really goes out to that kid. The picture you didn't show us when they lifted him, finally lifted him off the chair. He
Yeah,
was full on tears, and
yeah.
for that,
He
my
was
heart breaks
saying,
for that kid.
well, why ain't nobody fussing at old dude, the one that, why is nobody fussing about the previous shot? If he had to get that shot, we'd at least been tied. So no one
Mm,
is saying anything or making him accountable for missing the first free throw. Let's start there because we
That's
shouldn't even
true.
have been in this situation.
yeah,
So
That's
I don't
true.
think it came down to this. We shouldn't have been in this situation, but the comeback was real. Just knew we was gonna bring this in. The mystique with Carolina Duke doesn't matter if they was 2-22. This
Right.
game is always gonna be a
Right.
highlight. And like you said, he was at home. I just hate it happened, but I fought. You know what I mean? I fought the shooter. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I
He
mean
he
that literally and rhetorically. I mean literally.
he should have. Yeah, he should have hit that first free throw. But he's a 66% free throw shooter. So I think he hit like 4 or 5 or 5 or 6 or something last night. So
Percentages
yeah,
don't matter on the line. This is the ACC championship.
he
I give you
hey
two.
he did the best he could from the free throw line considering.
Man, kick rocks,
it's
man.
just it's just when you get to that clutch moment and the game is tight
Yeah.
and that pressure is on you, everybody's
Yeah.
looking at you.
Yeah.
Uh,
What kind of pressure did he have over there on the damn block? He lost his balance and shit.
well, see the previous what was it? There was a previous free throw where they were at the line, and he tries to do. You know how people will try to spin off the guy so you can get under him. So that's
He didn't trust his teammate to get this free
yeah,
throw. He was trying to
exactly,
plan a rebound.
exactly, and
And it cost
it
him.
cost us
Oh boy, did it
cost us
cost him.
big.
Oh man, but I'm gonna rep them. Don't make no matter. We here. Hopefully tomorrow. Woo, Lord Jesus. Y'all pray to whoever you pray to. Come on, committee. Come on, committee. Put us in there.
They
But
got you.
unfortunately, we got Duke in Louisville tomorrow. Y'all even watching
Mm.
this? But today, I'm sorry, these are today's games. So we have a couple championship games today. Y'all watching this? I'm mad.
I might catch like the second half. I mean, you always Duke has a good team. You know, you can't. I can't negate that the fact that this is a decent team they have. But I will say that when Duke has a talented team like this, they usually choke.
Yep.
It's gonna be a
Yeah,
boring game. Let's be
yeah.
real. I don't want to watch it because it's gonna be a damn boring ass game. Period. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Louisville. Louisville's good. I'm not. I'm definitely not taking anything away from them. But this isn't the ACC championship we want to watch. This isn't the ACC championship that we grew up to see. So I'm disappointed, but it is what it is. Kudos to Louisville. They did what they had to do last night after midnight. Like people that had to go to bed. The
Right.
hell.
Right.
The other team was already at the club. The dude that was at the club, they still playing that damn Spectrum stuff. So
Yeah. I don't think I don't I mean no disrespect to Louisville. I don't well I don't know. Is Cooper Flag playing?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
No.
No,
Oh
they're
yeah.
not gonna waste him. NCAA coming up. They ain't got time to waste him on this ACC tournament because they clearly can win it without him.
Louisville was another team that we should have beat, or UNC should have beat. Um, I I think it'll be a close game tonight, but I think Duke. They've got a
They're
lot
gonna
of
be fine.
talent. Yeah,
They
they
do.
got a lot of talent. It's
They'll be fine. They'll be
yeah.
fine. But I don't care about the game. Who you got, Paul? Because I know you ain't from North Carolina, so you ain't got a dog in this fight.
No, I don't have a dog in the fight, but I think I will watch for the simple fact that it's not going up against the big boy semifinal games in the SEC and the Big Ten.
Oh no.
Like,
Yeah.
No.
so since this comes on after Michigan versus Maryland today, I may need either I'm in celebration mode, so I just want to watch the ticker if Michigan advances to possibly get whooped by Michigan State again for a third time, or
You know you
I may
ain't
be
lying.
licking my wounds and need to be distracted from the post game show if we choke against Maryland like we did last week. But yeah, with Louisville, with no Cooper Flag and no North Carolina, I'm not so inclined to watch it just on the basis of good basketball. But it's only going up against the NBA, which is the Knicks and the Golden State Warriors. So yeah, I'll give it a couple of TV timeouts.
Yeah.
Y'all pitiful. I ain't watching it. No.
Come on, Farrah. Come on now.
I ain't
We on
watching.
the
You
eve
can't
of
make me.
Selection Sunday.
You can't make me. I can't make me. But Big 12 championship. So who we got? Houston
Oh,
and
that's a good one.
Arizona
Yeah.
today. When I tell y'all this is gonna be a good, I've been hyped up about Houston all year, and y'all know Torrance TT. He swears it's always a boring game. It's a punt bowl. They only gonna score 38 points. But this is gonna be a good game. And then you got your
I
little
agree.
punk from Carolina that's still playing.
Caleb
Oh
Caleb.
Love,
my
30 years
God.
old.
Yes, 38 years old. I hope they lose. It's just for him. I want him to lose. But go ahead. What y'all got?
It's this. I think this one's gonna be a slugfest.
Mhm.
Down to the wire, back and forth. This is the March Madness games that you like to
Yes,
see.
yes,
Um, and I will say one thing about Caleb is he plays to his competition. So if he's playing like William and Mary or something like that, he might have 2 points.
right,
But well, against Houston, he might come out for 40.
right.
Yeah.
He is a gamer. He's a big time gamer, but again, he plays to his competition. I like the boy from Houston, Crier.
Mhm.
He's tough. He's really tough. I just can't wait to see the matchup. Again, I can't echo it enough. I think this is going to be a really good game. This might be the game of the day.
It really is. It is. And I
Yeah.
see both of them. If there are no regionals, I see them both in the Final Four. Y'all can sleep on them if you want to. Everybody want to holler at this team, Alabama, Auburn. I promise you right now, these are some dogs right here. So
Mhm.
I personally see, I know Houston's going to be in the Final Four again
Mhm.
with their 39 points. So, but I'm picking Houston to win this one. I think it will be a dog fight, but I'm hoping Houston pulls this out.
Yeah, Farrah. The To your point, I agree with you 1,000%. I don't even have to see what region they play in. I got Houston in the Final Four.
Yeah.
I think that the style of basketball that they play there is the worst type of basketball for next day tournament style formats like a
Yeah,
conference championship tournament. You need a couple of days off
they need to
before you play Houston. Kelvin Sampson, his team, even when he was in the American Conference with Penny Hardaway and Memphis and them, they
They
will beat
beat
you
you
up.
up. They beat
They will
your
beat you up. They will
ass.
drag you into the deepest part of the water and see if you can swim back to shore. Arizona can certainly, if they can put points up and make Houston get out of that defensive mindset, then maybe. But that's the team I at least want to play on tired legs.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Definitely, definitely. But we're gonna see how it go later on today. We're gonna move on over to the Big East, which I'm waiting on them to join the ACC. That's all I got. St. John and Creighton. Okay, St. John's gonna win. I think this is a no-brainer. I ain't gonna take nothing from Creighton, but we already know St. John been running it this year.
Mhm.
They beat a lot of Power Five teams. Not Power Five, but big Power 10 teams. So their resume is great.
They got
Creighton,
the Godfather.
you,
Mhm.
Like
you better know.
it like there's just some coaches. They're always gonna have their team ready to play. If they have talent, and Patino is he's a legendary coach.
Hands down.
Um, I Creighton, now Creighton is a sleeper. Now Creighton always gets into the tournament.
Hmm.
They're usually between the 5 and 12 seed depending
Hmm.
on the year.
They got
Hmm.
And
slippers, them Cinderella slippers in the closet. They will tear you up.
they can
Right.
be a bad they can be a bad matchup, but I just
Yeah.
think St. John's has the talent. Like when it comes down to those critical moments and you need guys that can just go get a bucket, St. John's has those type
All
of
day.
players. Creighton is more of a, if we get you down and we're gonna low you to death. It's more of a team effort, but sometimes you just need those guys like
They got rec players.
yeah,
Anybody, they can go in their
Right.
skill bag.
Right.
yeah,
Call it for me. Call my number, coach,
yeah,
and that's just what
Right.
it's gonna be.
yeah.
So
Right.
St. John, but what y'all since we're on them, what y'all feel about them joining the ACC? I think it's gonna happen. I think the Big East is gonna merge. They're talking about it with the ACC.
It- if the SEC continues to if the SEC continues to dominate, but it's really based off NIL money
Yeah,
and the money that that football generates is almost twice or three times that as basketball. So you're gonna see in the next few years, you're gonna see a lot of the big football schools. Um, you're gonna see a lot of big football schools getting better in basketball, which is what we see with the SEC. And I
exactly.
think that in order for the ACC to compete,
They gotta do
you
this.
yeah, you got that's why you see us making a push, getting Bill Belichick, getting the GM because we understand football is what basketball is it's where we build our name. But now the way things are going with NIL,
Get that money.
you gotta have that money, and football brings the money in. I mean, you're talking about the Ding Dome might fit, 19,000, but the Keenan Stadium fits over 75,000. So
Exactly.
think of all those ticket sales, and then if you got a winning team, the money that's being generated there.
Yeah.
It's gonna work. Paul, what you think? You want them to join?
Hell no.
Yeah.
No. No. Like no.
Why?
No.
What's that gonna mess up for you?
Look, I came up with Chris Mullen, the Patrick Ewing Hoyas,
Yeah.
the Boeheim with the Syracuse, Seton Hall. Like I grew up in the Big East when the East Coast had their own identity, had
But they
their
ain't
own
that no
brand.
more.
It's not that no more. And I hate to be get off my lawn guy. I hate to be stuck in the 90s guy. I hate to be that guy. You know that, Farrah, with my NBA takes. I hate to be that guy. But I don't want to see St. John's in anything other than the Big East. If anything, to Brandon's point, it's time for these Big East schools. Where are these East Coast alums? Start putting some money back into these schools where they can pay these kids to
They
sustain
broke.
that basketball league. Like
They need the money.
I want to see them stay independent. Like the ACC, this is a one-off year for them. North Carolina will be back. We've seen Hubert Davis. He bounced back before. Remember the year they were ranked preseason ranked number one, and I think had to go to the NIT or something, and they declined. The next year they was
Yeah.
right back in the what the Elite Eight. Like
Yeah.
North
That was
Carolina's
last
gonna
year.
be fine.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
North
I
Carolina
never
is
got
gonna be
that.
fine.
Oh yeah,
Like
we
let's not
loaded recruits.
let's not overreact and try
Yeah.
to and with one down year for the ACC. Let's not do that. Let's come on, St.
But
John's. Y'all pony up and pay Patino, man. It's legal now. When it was illegal, he get all the money.
Man, whatever. I'm moving on.
that
I'm
duffel
moving
bag
on.
money.
That
Yeah,
double. Moving on to the
yeah.
Big Ten real quick. We only got a couple more. I only did the Power Five. The rest of it don't matter. So Big Ten, we actually having some semis. These are all tomorrow. Was it today? I guess I assume today, tomorrow. Hell, y'all watching. But Auburn and Tennessee, y'all tripping. And I'm gonna leave it. This is all Paul right here. Go ahead, Paul. What you got? You think you're gonna
This
beat
is the
Auburn?
Bruce Pearl
Oh
Bowl.
wait,
This is the Bruce Pearl Bowl. It's in Nashville, so there's going to be a ton of UT fans there. Not that they don't travel. A lot of people still love Bruce Pearl. in those parts. So whoever wins this game, the UT fans will stick around tomorrow and root for in the championship game. Um, Auburn has kind of, I don't want to say they're jogging through the tape, but they have, they had a couple of hiccups, prior to going into the tournament. Tennessee is their shot making is what worries me. They're going to be physical. They're going to play great defense. They're resilient. They have great depth, but I worry about their shot making, especially in big games. Um, I would probably take Tennessee with the points. Don't know what the spread is, but I like Auburn to win the whole thing as far as the SEC championship tournament.
Okay, what you got, Brandon?
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. Auburn has been by far the best team.
Yeah,
They've been the most consistent team this year.
right,
All year.
right.
Uh, they're tough to beat. Another team that we went to the wire with.
Yeah,
Should have could have possibly beaten, but
right.
ended up choking in the last few minutes. But like I just remember watching them and saying like this is a complete team. I'm not upset at this loss. Um, the big guy down low, I forgot his name.
Um,
What's
I was
his?
gonna ask you. I know. What is it? I was gonna ask y'all if y'all think he's player of the year or flag. Coming down to both of them two.
Oh,
I
I,
looked
flag.
at this name.
It's
oh
I'm
no,
flag.
like,
I give it to the boy from Auburn.
yeah,
No, no,
I give it to him
No,
from all. Why not? Why? Because he's a freshman. Because Flag's a freshman.
no, because he's the number one rated defensive player as well. He should have won Big Ten. He should have won ACC Defensive Player of the Year as well. But I think he's more complete on both sides of the ball. Cooper Flag.
I could see that, but I'm rolling
I,
with Auburn.
but
No,
it
he's a
might
dog
be
too.
it might be a credit to Duke's team, but there were games where I felt like Cooper
He was a
he
freshman.
would there were games where I felt like Cooper didn't dominate. But again, that might be to a credit to the type of team that they have. Like usually when you think National Player of the Year, you think like yeah, kind of like well, I won't say MVP in the NBA. That's different. That's but when you think National Player of the Year, it's usually the guys that like without them, they probably
Exactly.
would. They're not gonna win.
The true definition of an MVP. You
Yeah,
who can you win without this person?
And you're saying Duke
Brandon
won last
proved that
night
they
without
did.
Flag. Is what you're
They
saying.
did win without Flag, so they
I
can
felt
do
there were a
it.
few games. Even when Cooper was playing, I felt like there were a few games where like he could probably take off. Like he could go light, and they would still cruise through that victory.
Exactly.
Now,
So my
Farrah and
MVP.
Brandon, this is a classic case of national versus local and regional because you two are ACC savants because your teams are in the ACC. You see him on the Tuesday game that's not on ESPN.
You're
I
right.
see him in the high profile games where he's probably
But
more apt
I still
to
live
be a
in
volume
Texas.
shooter.
I still live in Texas, so I still see the SEC. I still see more of
But,
these
but
other
you're a
ones than I
basketball.
will
I
see.
mean, but you're Candace Parker with the basketball knowledge, though. Like you. I mean, this is your wheelhouse, So I will defer to you all as far as the in and out daily grind of his game throughout the conference season because I only saw the marquee matchups on the weekend. I'll be honest with that as far as Cooper Flag.
I think he is a once in a lifetime generational player. But the thing I have with Duke is Duke never ever succeeds in the NBA. I'm not gonna say they never. Let's take that back. They have a couple, but for the most part, Duke players who come out that's awesome, they don't really last in the NBA to that nature. I don't. I'm not gonna say he's not gonna do well in the NBA, but we're gonna see how it goes. But it's always something when it comes to a Duke player. He's a freshman. I think he's great. But do they have? Can they win without him? Yes.
They
Sometimes
did
he
last
played
night.
like a
Yeah,
freshman.
yeah.
Sometimes he played like a freshman. We need that person. That MVP has got to be someone that you cannot win without. And I honestly think Auburn, if they didn't have whatever his name is down low, they would not win.
He was
Definitely.
Yeah,
certainly huge in
Johnny
those two games
Broom.
against Alabama.
Johnny.
Broom. I knew it was a big
Yeah, Johnny
Broom,
Broom.
but they would not win
Yeah, he's
without
a
him.
bad boy.
He
So
he's like he's like Baycott was for us.
exactly,
Like
you're not
it
winning
If
when
without him.
Bacon's still on the team, he like
Who the
he
hell?
G League, yeah, he's killing in the G League. He
yeah,
had
he's
like
with a Memphis affiliate, right? I mean, he's 40. He should be, you know.
See, that's why I told him to go ahead before he even made his comment. Michigan.
Hey, we had Hunter Dickinson forever too, so I can't, like I'm not. Believe me, and I wish we could get our big Russian flag golden back next year. I think he's leaving. I would love to
Y'all
have
ain't
him back
getting
for a
that
sixth season, but yeah,
bad. Y'all ain't getting that bad. But no, forget it.
no, we're not.
But what y'all think about this Florida Alabama? Because it's two semis, so
Oh
these
yeah.
two games that's whoever wins these two games. That's what's going down.
I hate Alabama.
Who
They
I don't like Alabama golf. You understand me? Nothing.
well, I'm not gonna say I hate Alabama basketball. Like,
Like
I hate
Alabama.
Alabama football. So
I hate Alabama altogether. I don't care if it's the swim team, the coach, cry. I don't care. I don't like them. So I hope they lose. Florida, do what you got to do today.
yeah,
Can't do
Florida's tough. They got another point guard as well.
yeah, their backcourt is phenomenal.
Yeah. Um, but Alabama's another team where you've got a bunch of players that could equally one guy might get 15 to 20 uh a different night, depends on who it is.
exactly.
And they got a little bit of swagger, and the reason why I hate them is because of that Elite Eight game last year, or was it Elite Eight or was it going into the Elite Eight? Yeah,
They was going into the Elite
going
Eight.
into yeah, and then we played them again this year, and yeah, you could see some of the guys, running off at the mouth,
Yeah,
and
very brash.
yeah. So, but
I think that Philon is that how you talking about the little guard? I don't know how to say it. Philon, something like that. Philion,
yeah,
he's an point guard. Yeah, that little boy bad. Yeah,
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 he
yeah.
dropping 20 plus on them each game. So if he can drop 20, they'll beat him. But
Yeah, and
hopefully they get some
that's the way to a championship in college basketball is through your guard play. If you got
gotta
some
be.
solid guard play that can defend on the perimeter and that can go get a bucket, then you're in good shape. And I think that Florida probably has the best chance to knock off Auburn should they meet in the championship game than Alabama does. We've seen Alabama run up on them twice.
Yeah, but Auburn has a great guard play as well, like you said.
Yeah,
But you got to think, and until you can open this paint up, we're gonna pack it on in here. What y'all gonna
right,
do out there? You gonna
right,
drop something? You gonna penetrate? What are you gonna do?
right,
So you're gonna always pack it into the paint until these
right.
guards show you that you don't have to. You're gonna have to earn that respect.
Hey,
yeah.
But
the SEC low key has two top 10 matchups today in their doubleheader.
Oh,
So
I'm
like
telling
it's
absolutely.
you,
some really good basketball today. Houston
Sears,
and
Sears
Arizona.
is the best guard I think out there right now.
Oh, he gets
Sears is the
buckets.
best guard,
Yeah,
Yes.
period.
gets buckets.
Out here. So if he gets hot today, it's over. So
Yeah,
it
it's
just depends
big
on
time
guard
games
play. I
today.
really do think it's gonna be guard play because
Well,
Bland really
the
is the only big
SEC has
big
taken our place. Yeah, they've
man. The
taken the
SEC done took
ACC.
over. I'm over it. 32
They really
teams.
have. That's a good
We
point.
got
They
32 teams into their March Madness.
right. Everybody's gonna be in there.
And I think that's going to be the deciding factor with us is because they're going to have so many teams. It's going to come down to comparing us to one of their bottom teams, and they're going to say they played in a tougher conference, regardless of the record.
Yeah.
Like you,
And we've only beat one quad one.
yeah,
Carolina really only beat one
Oh
quad one.
wow, wow.
yeah.
It
That's
is what it is.
unfathomable for North Carolina.
Well, my argument earlier was we played 13 quad one games, which is insane to
Right, that
begin
One
with.
is.
one. It
That
is.
is.
So I think I hope they give us credit for that, and a lot of them were like 1 to 2 possession games.
They were.
But we still lost them. So
And they're not so
Well,
forgiving. But I think I think what who was it? Did Boise State? Boise State lost, right? So that
yes, they
helped us
lost.
because that means they're one of the first four out. So we kind of flipped with them, I guess you would say. So I think we have a chance of getting in. I don't think there's anybody else to lose that would hurt us.
Well, let me paint a scenario for you two. There's one team out there that you two need to be rooting for today and tomorrow. That is Penny Hardaway's Memphis
Memphis,
Tigers.
yeah,
Oh
The
man,
American
yes.
is a one bid league, and Memphis has already pretty much got that unless they drop the ball in this tournament and get bounced today by Tulane or possibly tomorrow. The only team that they lost to in the conference was Wichita State, and they handled them yesterday, which seems like that was their easiest path to win this tournament championship. But today they have Tulane. Do You do not want the American, that trash league, to get two bids because that could spell trouble for somebody on the
I
bus.
ain't coming on Tuesday. Podcast over. See y'all next weekend. I'm not discussing it. If we get knocked out for Tulane,
Right. That's that. Come on now, North Carolina not being in the
that's too
tournament in
much.
Tulane, that's unconscionable. We need the refs to intervene today.
You know what? Ain't they down the street? Ain't they on 121?
Yeah, they down
You
in,
gonna meet
in
me over
Funky
there?
Town. They in Fort Worth today playing at 2
Do
o'clock.
you, do you want? Yeah, I'm talking about the committee. The committee is
Oh
out.
yeah, they're in Dallas as well. Yeah.
Yeah, they're on for 121. I've seen that building. Do you want to meet me over there?
Hey, I got
I
you,
can go
player.
for
What you
some
want to do?
signs.
Ski mask? What
And
not?
Carolina signs. We gonna go stand in front of the
Look,
committee.
on behalf of college basketball fans everywhere, we want to see North Carolina. We do not want to see Tulane.
No, we do not. We do not. Thank you and thank you. But who y'all got? I mean, selection day is one day away tomorrow, so we're gonna get all the answers that we actually needed. But actually, who are y'all number one seeds? Give me four.
Ooh,
Give me four.
Auburn, Duke, Houston. The fourth. Yeah, the fourth is a tough one. I think could we possibly? No, I was gonna say, could we possibly have two from the SEC?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh God,
yeah.
yeah. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have
Well,
to.
yeah, you definitely could.
They literally are gonna have like 12 or 13
I
teams.
think it is. It's gonna be a toss up between maybe Alabama, Tennessee. Um, ooh,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Hey, I think even Michigan State might even be able to sneak in.
Boom. That was my answer there, Brandon. That was my fourth
Yeah,
team. I agree with you
Okay.
on Duke, Auburn, and Houston. And I think if Michigan State clears the Big Ten championship, regular season and tournament, I say they could sneak in as
to
that number
think
four and leapfrog Frog Florida.
and to add to that, to think they were unranked at the beginning. They actually
Yeah.
got ranked by beating by beating us earlier.
Yeah.
Everything comes back to us losing.
And
But yeah,
Farrah, real quick, Farrah,
And they're gonna be
can I,
talking about that in that room today and tomorrow too. What's
Farrah,
up, Paul?
thank you for talking college basketball. I got you. See, you can't see these goosebumps on my arm, but hey, I'm like
Got
Brandon.
you.
Y'all talking college basketball, and this is my favorite time of year, and we don't get to do that a lot on the extra point. So, like, I am
Got
fired up to be sitting here talking this with you two. I just texted my brother, was like, "Bro, we talking college basketball." He's like, "What? I got you." So, yeah, all right, I'm done. But thank you. I just wanted to
Oh
thank y'all for this
no,
conversation.
thank you for joining. But no, the number
This
one
is
seed can't
dope.
get it. That Michigan can't get it in. But I do see, of course, Duke will be.
Yeah,
We got to give Auburn just because they've
yeah.
been number one all
Win or
year.
lose, they've earned
Win or
it.
lose, they're number one. And I do think Alabama could be a number one seed as well, depending on what
who
happens in the
wins?
tournament today.
Yeah,
Who
Right,
wins?
right.
If they win the SEC, they're number one seed. But
Yeah,
Auburn still will be as well.
I
yeah.
And
totally agree, 100%.
Houston, and we're gonna roll with it. That's just me. We'll see tomorrow.
Houston cutting them nets down, y'all.
You think so?
Oh
That's
boy,
the
like I need
sleeper
to see
number
who's the
one
two
team.
seed.
They're
Huh?
the sleeper number one team. And I'm gonna be honest, they'll probably get shitted and be a number two. They'll
They
probably get
did
shitted
now.
and be
Come on, don't do
a
that
two.
to Kelvin
Who?
Sampson.
But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if
He
they
does
get
get
shit, they will.
disrespected. He does get disrespected, so that could
All
happen.
day.
But
All
I
day.
wouldn't want to
So
be in their bracket.
I wouldn't either, and I wouldn't want to be.
Yeah.
But
The defensive teams like that, they're hard to beat, especially March Madness.
Yeah, because a lot of it is
You-
effort at this time of year, and they're gonna
they put
always
a
give
lot.
you effort. Like I think one of you said 39 points.
Who
They
cares?
might score 39 points, but they're gonna foul, they're gonna dive on the floor, they're gonna body you,
Two
check
people
you.
gonna foul out. At least
Yeah,
one
they're gonna
can.
have some people foul out. They're gonna muck up the game. They're gonna have you making
Sure.
business decisions in that second half. Do I really want to go to the paint again? Like my ribs a little sore. This is my third game in 3 nights. Like I
like fighting in a phone booth.
bro. That's it. That's it.
It's
That's
a,
it. Oh, y'all got me
Nobody
fired up for
win.
Selection Sunday.
Nobody gonna win. But no, but March Madness, we ready for it. On the
College
women's side, y'all,
basketball,
y'all
baby.
got anything on the women's side since we're here? I just want to see who y'all might have y'all top four.
Juju, don't give up on Juju.
thank you, thank
Never,
you.
ever.
Where's the bun, Farrah?
Oh,
Does she need to go to the Final Four to get the bun?
I'll give you the bun on the Final Four. She
Okay, that's
pissed me
fair.
off
That's
last year
fair.
with this damn Sweet 16 shit. Now we got things to do. So she
Right.
got things to
I
do.
got you. I got you.
But
I
I
got
do
you.
got UConn. I got USC. I
Yeah,
think they'll be a number one. Texas will be a number
UCLA.
one. UCLA between UCLA and I don't know in USC. I don't think both of them. Only one can be a number one seed in on the women's side.
That's
They're not
You
probably
going
going
to
to
think?
be
give them both.
if they have
They're
to
not
choose
giving them
between.
both.
Yeah,
They're
probably
not going to do
UCLA.
both. I
Well, it
guarantee
might
they're going to give UCLA.
because
But
who?
they beat them
Because
twice. They beat them twice. They beat them more times. It was tied up, but then they beat them in the conference championship. That is what's going to get them that number one seed. I think Tennessee. I think Texas.
but they also held. They were also the number one team for I think maybe the longest
Yeah, about
period.
Hmm.
13 weeks outside of
Yeah,
Notre Dame. Notre
yeah,
Dame had
yeah.
it a little bit too. But Notre Dame took their own downfall, so they're number two seed, and that's just what it is. They
That,
can't
I
blame
was gonna.
Notre Dame
Yeah,
for that.
I was gonna ask you ACC women's because it was a dogfight. You had NC State. You had. I mean, you had Carolina. You had Duke.
NC State
And you had
they're
Notre
number
Dame.
two. I'll give NC State's not a number one seed. They're number two. I'll give them a two or a three seed. No lower than a three seed. They had to come on strong at the end of the year. It wasn't all that all year long. Uh, but they did what they had to do. They stepped up to be the team we thought they would be. So,
Would you give Notre Dame a number one?
nope. They shouldn't
No.
have lost the last three games of the season because they got kicked out of the tournament too quick. Can't do
Yeah.
it. Sorry. But you can be a two seed all day.
And
And
we can't
some
forget South Carolina. Yeah, I think we nobody said that one yet, but
oh
they're like
yeah,
the elephant in the room.
well, they're just like Carolina. It's almost like Carolina. We're waiting to see if we get in. Dawn and them are trying to see if they're gonna get this one number one seed. Because I really can't say they may screw them or not. But I think they deserve it. They beat everyone by enough points in the SEC tournament to deserve it. They went on a crazy spree, but we're gonna see how the tournament. They could be a two, but they deserve the one.
But you know what? It says something about the state of the women's game that you went through that many teams before you got to Don Staley in South Carolina. So it's a
Yeah.
lot more parity this year than in years past.
Oh
We
yeah.
did, we just said UConn. They there. We know.
Yeah. Yeah.
We ain't
UConn.
nothing to talk about. Ain't
Yeah. I
nothing to
went.
talk about.
I went to the game. They played Carolina at the Greensboro Coliseum.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Uh, it was a well. They had a manageable lead. It was actually a pretty close game, but I mean, they were never in threat of losing. But Carolina gave them a fight. But Paige, I think she had like 30 or something. It didn't feel like she had 30. Like,
It's slow and quiet.
That's pretty
yeah,
good.
But she
I,
coming
I
on
looked
back
up
into
at,
Dallas.
I looked up at the score, but I was like, what? Like, she
Yeah.
scored that many points, but she's tough,
Yeah,
man. She's
yeah,
tough
she's a
and
bucket. She's
smooth.
a walking bucket. She's a walking bucket.
Smooth.
She's a gym rat. She's a red player. She
Yeah.
that chick over there. Yeah, you want to join? You want to get on tape? Yes, she got skill bag. So she'll be out here in Dallas. I'm happy with it. So awesome, awesome. But no, just wanted to see y'all outside before we left. College basketball in general. You feel good? You
Yeah.
got your fix today, Paul.
Yes, I did. Y'all are, yeah, yeah. I don't get to do this often. So I was chomping at the bit to jump on. And when y'all start talking hoops, I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is
Oh hell!
one of the best
Look,
times of year, man, for hoop heads.
look who done came on, y'all.
T
the,
double.
the, the lost co-host. What's up, Tay? Where you at? The airport? You should be coming on home, man. Come on back into the red dust. Come on, your house
Right.
is dirty.
Right. It's
Everybody
really
need a power
dusty.
washer this after this weekend. I said, oh man, don't get me started on this out here. I can't even go outside, but I'm going to get my fish. Shout out to some barbecue spot I'm going to. I wish I knew their name, but I'll holler at y'all next week. I'll holler them out. But I'm going to get me some fried fish. Yeah, thank you. With just the head cut off. He at
No
the
doubt.
airport, y'all. So he let us know he's on his way home. And I do have footage that his wife blessed me with. But we're gonna wait for him to come back before I want to embarrass him in his own face, you know. It works out a little better that
Ah,
way.
They get your
Just barbecue.
salved up. All right.
Ernest barbecue up
So
here.
are they in?
They're in Frisco.
Okay, in Plano. Okay.
Off Main Street. So up here where all the good food is, you know, the soccer field, or, you know, up here. So you got to come a little north. Sorry. But I'm going on over there. So I'll take a picture and make sure I post it next week. Tuesday, we come on. Y'all will see me play. It'll be ate and digested. No, you are not. Go away. Oh, Tasha. That shit tell me we over here going. What? Shit. Tasha T. Sizzle. All righty. T. Sizzle joined us today. Thank you. She is the other co-host of The Extra Point that comes on right before us at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. So what's happening? Glad you could join us.
Well, you know, I was trying to clip your nephew's nails, but we had to go around the corner to the vet because it was not happening.
This wasn't a big back one, was it? My big back nephew.
First of all,
hey, Tasha, we got company now.
Hi, company.
How we doing?
This company is family. This is Brandy's actual.
But you ain't gonna be talking about my baby. He's sensitive. He's just big boned.
You wasn't on the other day. I don't know if you was on yet, Paul, but big.
No, I heard you call her dog a big back.
What breed is?
He's a Manchester Pinscher. He really is overweight. He's only supposed to be 34 pounds. It's between a miniature, a Min Pin, and a Doberman, but he's about 48 pounds.
Okay, we got a miniature Pinscher. Yeah.
How much? 12 pounds?
He's about 17, 18.
He a little bit over what he's supposed to be.
The funny thing is they said he was supposed to be a runt, but he didn't turn out that way.
He's mad because he got his nails clipped now. He's angry.
He's pouting, buddy, pouting, man. Look at him.
Yeah.
Give him a treat.
He'll get a greenie later on. But no, I had to get them daggers cut. He was looking like a Wolverine.
Oh, Lord. Well, we are glad that you was able to join us. God.
That Wolverine right there.
You good now? You feel better?
Tasha, can I say this real quick? We got a rundown here. We talked about all of the Big Ten. I mean, all of the games today, but the Big Ten games. I think she was purposely avoiding that block M because we got a big game today at 2:30.
Do I have Big Ten on here? I thought I did. Did y'all see it? Let's see.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, who playing? Let me see.
That's me. You see, Brandon. You see that? You see that, Brandon?
It's as much as I love Farrah, she be so full of hate.
Brandon, we talked about St. John's and not the Big Ten. That's how we roll.
St. John's actually is probably a bigger story because where they've been since they was called the Redmen, and since Mark Jackson and Chris Mullins was out there doing their thing.
Brandon, but hold on though. Let me play and Farrah, you too. The bigger story is Tom Izzo, dinosaur coach in today's era, still staying true to his principles and winning Big Ten Coach of the Year in year 30. Like, he didn't do it the way that these other programs have done it either. Nobody on his team averages more than 13 points. He says strength in numbers, and he's a relic. He's a dinosaur. It's old school, but it's working.
Ain't nobody think about Tom Izzo.
All right, go ahead, Farrah.
HOF-er. Hey, he's an HOF.
HOF too, and he was in a restaurant with a white suit on.
Here we go.
And he done brought St. John's back to prominence, y'all. We got to give them their props now.
They got that mob money. That mob money tied in them NIL.
When he came on that sideline in Louisville looking like Colonel Sanders. I said, my boy out here in this cocaine white, that Perico white suit.
Well, the show was on the rails for about 30 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God, I'm crying over here.
Yeah. So for y'all who see that, Maryland, Michigan State, Wisconsin, who watches the Big Ten? Oh, T-double.
Really, TT, and here I was defending Coach Keeper job in your honor today, while you trying to go back to your little grass shack in Kahani, Hawaii, and then you gonna come on here and talk about the Big Ten like so. TT,
we got a massive doubleheader today. Don't do that, Torrance.
Just go sit my tea.
As Mike would say, moving on in a hurry.
All right, Jennifer Thompson, thank you for joining. Good morning. Good morning. Name another coach in the Big Ten.
His name would be Dusty May.
Thank you.
You
Now I don't know too many more than that, but I got you too.
Oh God.
I got you too.
Foolery today. Oh, your daughter done joined. What's up, Chief?
We didn't see you this morning, Nisi.
She was still in the bed because the SEC game went late last night, so she couldn't go to sleep, and so she sent me a message and was like, "Oh, sorry, I just woke up." So she has to go back today and finish her job.
Okay. Yes, her daughter is working the SEC tournament this weekend. So definitely give her a shout out, man.
Shout out to my baby, y'all. She's doing her production, her Thug Sizzle with the College Game Day crew at the SEC tournament down there in Nashville.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. Well, get your work on. Make that money, okay? So we are going to move along. I did give you your little, there you go.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Michigan, who y'all got? Okay, never mind.
Maryland. Maryland.
Shit, I'm going to both flags. We gonna replay this shit.
I'm just joking. We're gonna take care of Maryland today. It's Michigan State that we haven't been competitive against this year.
Right.
So just get us to Sunday, and then we'll see where the ball bounces.
And you're gonna lose tomorrow. That's what you're saying.
The lies.
But you know what though, and Brandon, this isn't towards you because you seem like a respectable brother, and you've been nothing but class personified on this show. This is for you, Farrah. Win, lose, draw. Ain't no trouble when you ain't on that bubble. Me and Tasha gonna sleep good tonight. Win, lose, or draw. I'm gonna tune in to CBS at 6:00 Central Time with popcorn in hand and not a sweat bead on my forehead.
in my Michigan footies.
I'm gonna take it.
Although I do want North Carolina in. Let's just put that. Let's get that clear. I do want North Carolina in because of Brandon.
That guy stepped in that lane. Oh my God! I don't even know if y'all talked about this already, but I actually turned the game off and watched the rest of the Amazing Race because I fell asleep on it. So I was like, "Oh shit, Carolina's coming back."
Man, damn the American Race. Y'all better watch Extracted. That new Canadian show. Baby, y'all ain't even ready. I'm praying Trump don't get that cut off. Lord,
you know what? One last question to Brandon on what Tasha said about the North Carolina game. We've seen times in the past where the team shooting the free throw will pull their players off the free throw area. Do you think that should have been done? I'm kind of on the fence about that because you want an offensive rebound in case he misses, right?
Yeah, I think in the event that you get the offensive rebound or you're able to get a tip in.
Right. Oh yeah. So you had to have them up there.
But that was a mental mistake made by that kid, and I feel so because the kid was crying. Like I feel sorry for him, but that's a mental mistake, and you can't make those kind of mistakes.
But it was an effort mistake, though. He was trying to box out.
Yeah. So, he was trying to do. You see it you see it a lot in AAU, in high school where they'll try to. The guy who's not the closest to the basket will try to spin. He'll try to do like a little juke move in and then spin out. So he had done that on the previous play, and so I think we made the free throw. It was when Trimble
made it even worse.
Yeah, that previous one when Trimble hit the free throws, he did that, but Trimble made it, so it was irrelevant. But this time, I think he was thinking I'm gonna do the same thing in the event that Lubin misses. He got a little too excited.
And it's the fact that I didn't even notice it until they waved. And I'm like, what happened? And I'm sitting here on this couch and I was like,
I saw him move before they even blew the whistle. I was like, oh, Lord.
I mean, I was paying more attention to him, hoping he made the free throw. So I wasn't looking. I was just like,
Yeah, I didn't see it until the replay because I was watching the kid at the
and I was saying earlier that last year he messed up against Alabama. We were up going to the Elite Eight. We could have held the ball. He shot a bad 3-pointer. So I know he's feeling it right now.
The dude should have hit the first free throw. Y'all gonna keep letting him off.
Yeah.
That's a great point, Farrah.
If was a fifth.
That's a great point, though. You make that one, and it doesn't matter. We're going to overtime.
Absolutely.
Pretty much, but didn't happen. So
no, if he makes both, we win. Yeah,
Right,
no, we
But if he
win.
gets the
Yeah, if
first
he
one
just make
and
one.
they lane violation on the second one, then
Yeah.
you're still
we
okay.
went to overtime.
Yeah.
So definitely it could have happened, could have, should have, would have, but it didn't. So
But they
we
are
will.
on the last 4 in. I saw that on Joe
We,
Lenardi's line.
Oh,
They were
he's a hater. We could be undefeated and we'll be the last 4 in.
Joe Lenardi got smoke for y'all for real?
Yeah, he every year. Just pay attention. It don't. It
sideways.
don't.
so you saying Joe Lenardi is our version of Paul Feinbaum because he hates Michigan.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Any chance he can get to knock us down. I mean,
Right.
even I think last year where did we finish? I think we ended up a number 1 seed. If I'm not, but he definitely wasn't giving us any credit for last year either. And the year before that, he did.
Any
Well,
year.
we didn't get to the tournament the year before that, but it was a large part of his opinion.
But he
Yeah.
made a big, big joke about why we wouldn't go to the NIT. Now he just trashed you on that. But I think people should go to the NIT. If you didn't make it's a not invited tournament, I get it. But play, you know what I mean?
Farrah, I'm gonna disagree on that one for one simple reason. If I'm a booster and I'm paying all this money and y'all asses didn't make the tournament, I'm not paying y'all to play in no NIT.
But they get money from the NIT as well. At least it's still funding.
I'm cutting off the water bill. Right there.
Yeah,
Like
recoup something. That's
The
like
NIT
short
doesn't
sale
have
on
the
house. We gotta
same.
get something.
The NIT doesn't have the same luster as it once did. Even back in the day, it was kind of like, okay, they won the NIT. Now it's like, damn, they still got that.
It's a not invited
Yeah.
tournament is all or nothing. So no, I get
Yeah,
it.
there's so many teams in the regular tournament now. If you're in the NIT,
Right.
you team 100. So
And I kind of alluded to that this morning on
paying
the
for that.
show. It's like the field of 77 now or some stupid
Yeah,
shit.
it's
like that.
basically like I can see that because NIT is basically a tournament for bad teams. Period.
And I think it's more for the mid-major conference winners or they won their regular season conference for them to have a chance to play in those one bid leagues. Tasha, I told them to watch out for Tulane.
But what was happening was still the blue bloods that didn't make it was going to still
Yeah.
winning the
Still
NIT.
winning.
True. Good point. Good point.
Exactly. Blue
They
Bloods
should never be there.
play.
Right.
So
Right.
definitely, I agree on that. Make it what it need to be.
The
So
not
it'll be
interested tournament is what it is.
Not interested.
For you,
not
for you
invited.
people who really want to know, it's the New York Invitational Tournament.
It's the New York. It's not the national.
I thought it was the New York.
It's the national.
She
No,
don't go to New York.
They do
Hey.
one like they do
I
one
know
at the
the real
beginning of the
title.
year.
Why in it? Y'all know, I always thought it was the New York, because then they always play the championship in New York.
No,
They do.
that's towards the beginning of the season. So
Yeah.
there's
No. They play the championship round in Madison Square
Madison.
Garden.
Yeah, so that's why I always thought it was like the New York.
No,
I
it's
was
national.
7 years old,
It's national.
and I always said, why ain't no Y in there if it's the New York Invitational
Farrah,
Tournament?
pray for us, Farrah.
Oh, won't he do it?
I'm old.
Won't he do it?
I'm
All
old.
right, so it's all right.
But I agree with T Double on that. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But off to some women, just for a second. We're gonna holler at Unrivaled for a second. Now, if you hadn't been watching, of course, I'm still tuned in. It's a lot of people that got hurt, some injuries. We're gonna see how this go. But they're down to the semifinals, so we're at playoff time. It's only 16. Don't judge. You can't have a foe. So this is our final four, I guess you would say. It's the semifinals for the playoffs for Unrivaled. And with Unrivaled, they're getting some sponsorships. Curry just signed on as a sponsor. He's Unrivaled now, so he's backing this season, and I guess going into any further ones if we can get there. But make sure you guys check them out. Sunday they'll be playing. Rose plays the Aces, and the Owls will be playing Vinyl. Have you guys been tuning in?
No, I can honestly say because I did not know what this was. I would see that, in clips and stuff that I said, what? I said, so what are they playing in? But I never gave 2 seconds of it because I didn't know what it was.
Well, the thing is, we've been hollering at it about it every week.
I know, but I still was not picking up on the fact that this, because usually by now they're overseas, correct?
Yeah.
But this is a way for them to stay home.
Right. So I didn't. Only reason I'm gonna tell y'all why I picked up on that, because I watched Tia Cloud's interview on the Pivot, And that is when I realized that this was a thing. Like, I was like, okay, so all the clips I have been watching, this is what it was. And I never thought, I was like, I didn't know what they were
You
doing.
missed a good season. You have missed an awesome season. They had a
I mean,
one-on-one
apparently.
tournament. They've had a one-on-one tournament this year. It's been awesome. Brandon, what's up?
I caught some of the one-on-one tournament. I don't know. I know the players. I don't know which teams or what players on which teams, but I have been able to check. I checked out the one-on-one tournament. I did see one game, but again, I haven't recognized what teams are which.
Gotcha.
But I know Skylar Diggins has been killing. So
Yes, definitely. But the Rose is probably, I guess you would say, the jump up team, and I attribute that to, Brick Barbie. She
I
been
didn't do
working
it today.
out.
That wasn't me.
She been working out with Lisa Leslie. Lisa Leslie's been down there, and they literally,
So they playing 1-on-1, and that's another thing. Remember, you and TT was talking about 3-on-3. I don't like that type of play. So if they're doing 1-on-1 and 3-on-3, I'm definitely not watching.
Okay, so what it was basically a 2-month season of 3-on-3 basketball. Okay, so they only had so many teams that was playing. A lot of them were from the WNBA, all the players. Of course, it was more money involved. Okay, so they get paid like $250. Yeah, I'm coming to play, damn it, for 2 months. They in the middle of the season, just like we have NBA All-Star game, they had a one-on-one tournament. The one-on-one tournament was worth $250,000. You had to enter. All of them didn't play. Whoever wanted to. It was quite a bit. But it was a one-on-one. I mean, it was like 11-second shot clock. They played full court.
yeah,
It was awesome. It's something that the NBA need, but they would never do because those men could never take losing to that
and
extent.
the people that you expected to win didn't
Did not.
win. So what
Did
happened?
not.
You saw a lot of like the post players winning. So like the guards like Enrique and Skylar, they were losing to the big girls. The big girls were dominating.
Shooting threes.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they was backing them down and posting them. This was at the gym one-on-one.
Yeah.
You ain't got a bag, don't get in this game. And Brick Barbie did not go in this tournament. So it was just an extra $250 in the middle of the season. And now we're down to the end of the season. Only 4 can go to the playoffs. But that's pretty much what it was. And there's a whole nother women's league right now, Unlimited, that's going on right now with other WNBA players that's playing right now.
Brick Barbie is so awesome and so disrespectful at the same time. That's just, I hate it and I love it. Like, that's just wrong.
Hey, I'm just calling like I see it, but it has been a good testament. It was something good extra to watch, unlike the NBA that's been so fucking boring.
No, don't. You don't want that smoke right now. I'm not gonna
get to that smoke.
I ain't watching the NBA either.
But it's been boring. This was something different, and they need to take some marketing strategies from this. These women.
I agree that the games were entertaining, but still, I didn't watch enough for the recognition of which team was which.
Mm-hmm.
I would recognize the stars. You had like Nafisia Collier. Like you got to see the big names were there. My girl from New York, the Liberty, Brianna Stewart. They all were there.
They made this league. Brianna and Nafisia Collier.
Yeah.
They created this league, and it was pretty badass, almost like the bubble if you think about it from the COVID era.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what it reminds you of. Exactly.
So definitely, it was a great entertainment. Hopefully it comes back next season. I think it'll be bigger and better. Maybe we have some more star athletes that will come and actually play. But
well, they were
just worried about injuries.
They were supposed to get the they were supposed to get Caitlin. But she backed out like at the last minute or something.
Hey, I don't blame her. That girl needs some rest.
I mean, you don't think she won't play? Old girl from the Aces, she won't play. She said this is her mental time.
Yeah.
So she's not.
I mean, but somebody said that about Caitlin Clark. They was like, that girl went from a whole season at Iowa right into the WNBA, and then y'all expect her to still sit out here and hoop now? Yeah. And as much as they knocked that girl around, like y'all remember on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on Electric Company, or was it? As much as they knocked that girl around, that girl done been in the gym. She putting bulk on.
She ran. If y'all didn't see her, when Iowa played, Iowa actually ran whatever division they in. I don't remember, but she was at one of the games. They took a picture. Her arms are so diesel, so she ain't about to get thrown around this year. I can tell you that. So the W is gonna be a little bit different this year, but I can't wait to 26 till the real players come out. See how that ass worked then. But
I just want the Sting to come back, I want the Sting to come back, and we can get Juju. That's all I want. I'll be a happy man.
I would.
You definitely got next.
I would cry. Do you understand?
You and me both.
All right. Well,
we have a professional women's team in Miami.
No. They're adding more WNBA teams, but it's one I think Cleveland is getting a team. Of course, Canada has an expansion up in Toronto, but Cleveland is getting one. They are talking about the Sting, so they are in talks about bringing Charlotte Sting back. So I know Rhonda Mapp, she does a lot with them and work a lot. So I'm trying to get in her inbox.
Now it's like you have all these people, like y'all said, Steph is putting money in. But when is the real expansion going to happen? And how, my question with the WNBA is, like Paul and I used to say, when it first started back in the day, I was all on it. Like I was the biggest Houston Comets fan. And then I loved Shamika Holtzclaw. I used to love her. So when she was in Washington, I always
had different players over that time frame.
Right. But then when it kind of fell off, I stopped watching the WNBA because I went more into the women's college, because it was women's college basketball was always exciting. Now, one thing that Tasha Cloud did say is when she was talking about expansion of the WNBA, she said that the NWSL, which is the National Women's Soccer League, has expanded faster than them and is making more money than them. So what do y'all think is the real issue as to why the WNBA cannot expand? Because you can't keep putting the league on Caitlin Clark and expecting Caitlin Clark to sell out the arenas. As much as I love Asia Wilson, we got to admit Caitlin is moving the needle more than Asia.
I personally think that the money is there. I just don't think the W is ready to give it up.
Yeah, she did say that, because she said they're going into a collective bargaining agreement.
The money's there. They just don't want to give it up.
They don't even have a pension.
And it's not right. They probably made more last season than they did 10 seasons combined. You're not going to tell me the money's out there. You're not going to tell me the audience isn't there. We're here. We're watching it. They're going to the games. And so what Caitlin is getting them sold out. You got to think half of these teams now, they're going to the NBA arenas to play their games at this point. Just when fever comes. So you can't tell me the money's not there. The W is not doing right by them. That's all that is. And when we start having some sit-outs and boycotting and stuff, we're going to see what happens.
Don't boycott WNBA.
I'm just saying, like the players, when they
what I'm saying, we're going to move on. We're going to move on if y'all do that. We're going to move on.
We will, because it's not big enough for that. It's not
right. But I think the WNBA, I think we have to remember the NBA in the 80s, where the phones were on tape delay, and then you had transcendent players like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird that kind of came along at the exact time where a new television contract was on the horizon.
They played on Sundays.
Right. That's the only time I saw them was on Sunday afternoons on CBS. And then after the local news at 10:30, they would play the playoff games.
Exactly.
But that changed. I think that with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese too, because she's very polarizing and she moves the needle in her own right, them coming in right at the time for a new CBA is where they can go back to last year's numbers, to all of y'all's points. Hey, this is the spike we saw at the gate. This is the spike we saw on the women's college basketball games with those two women in it. Those were highly rated, higher than the men. So I think that now that they have some tangible numbers that they can show these networks, they can maybe get a bigger piece of the pie. The problem is going to be that it's subsidized by the NBA. And how much is the NBA going to give the WNBA?
How much are they going to want from the WNBA?
Well, the NBA is suffering right now. They've lost some viewership, so it may benefit them to actually, move some of that money over.
Put some investment
in
the
biggest jump is going to help both the NBA and the W is when they get that international league. Bron is they're already $3 million in. They need $5 million to get this international league, which is going to comprise of women and men. WNBA and NBA players playing on those teams. The 6 teams. Australia, they got already got Madrid. They already got the places. They need $5 billion to start it. They're already at $3 billion. I
Well,
foresee this happening in
I
26.
always thought that the NBA should go international. I mean, you're already pulling the players from the international. You can start adding maybe one team to some
But they're
select
doing it to
countries.
compete against the NBA. They're not
Yeah.
trying to stop the NBA. They're trying to compete against them.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying though. That for the NBA they should have had the foresight to already uh start making those movements. I mean, they're doing the NBA Africa, but start taking those teams, or maybe even building leagues over there, and the champions from those leagues compete against the NBA.
Oh, like a worldwide tournament.
Yeah.
Like a
You know
world
who would be
tournament.
happy with
Oh,
that, or to
my
probably zip his lips? Noah Lyles, since he said that. How are you the world champions when you're not competing against
Right.
the world?
Mhm.
But to
Yeah.
that, I say the world is playing over here with us, Noah. So kind of look at they
Yeah.
are.
Like, kind of, yeah, it is. Those are some great points. So no, I totally agree. But hopefully our rival will continue. Hopefully the W will continue and get bigger and better. We're gonna see how it works with all this political money they got tied up in it. But
We're talking basketball. Hey.
well, this is a little off of basketball, but I had to give it up. I know we all in Texas. Tasha, you come here enough. But let me tell y'all, this national championship. Oh my god. Yeah, they ain't playing no games. They ain't playing no games. They really are not playing no games out here in these streets. Tasha, I know your face is cut off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, love. I'm sorry.
No, I'm trying to read what's at the bottom. I don't care about my face.
No, definitely it is the national record for 4x100 relay. Lancaster out here in Dallas, the GFW. These girls don't play no games out here. I'm gonna take that down because it already says it on there. It gives you what you need. 43.84.
And
I see this stuff
I bet
every year.
nobody get hit upside the head with no baton.
And I was gonna go. Yes,
You got to catch them first.
Yeah.
Gotta catch her first. But definitely, these chicks. Are you kidding me? This is high school. I just want y'all to understand this. This is high school. I don't know if all of them are seniors. It could be a freshman in there, sophomore, but 43.84.
That's
My
impressive.
God of mercy.
Mhm.
That's beating half the college teams. Like, are you serious right now?
Oh yeah, they all about to have scholarships at LSU.
So
Right. Why was I thinking LSU when I saw them? I was
Or
like,
Yeah,
Oregon.
LSU
I know
track.
what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh
Oregon.
yeah, Oregon track
Put them
too.
out
Yeah.
there. SC.
So kudos to these girls. When I saw that, I'm like, I gotta shout these girls out.
Texas high school athletics is something to
Unreal.
marvel. It really is. Like all basketball, football, baseball, they take it very seriously down here.
Jalen's high school. He was the first graduating class, and Jalen will be 25 next week. Okay, so we're talking about 6 years to this, school been here. They've already moved up to 6A, okay, which is the highest class in Texas. The stadium, maybe I'll throw some pictures up. It's unreal. They have the good jumbotron. They got the big massive. I'm talking about the suites. Do y'all not know? I was trying to figure out. I'm like, why is this big old field in the back? It's something they're building. Why are they giving them an indoor football arena to practice?
Yeah.
Wow.
Indoor.
Indoor.
Yeah.
This campus is ridiculous. They have their own tennis, their own buildings for tennis, their own baseball facility. All this is right down the street. I pay for with my taxes. Trust and believe.
What?
I need to come in the daytime so I can see that.
We're not far from Allen High School, which most people all know about Allen High School in Texas.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray went there. They have the $100,000 stadium they built that cracked and they couldn't even go in there for 3 years. So they just put the money in the football out here. It's just bigger out here. But just to let you know, it's a little inch of what these high school is out here.
But the thing about Texas is they're investing that money and you're getting a profit from it. Like most athletes, like on the larger football scale, they are coming from Texas, because my daughter's high school, the last time I went back, they have brand new turf. They have the jumbotrons. And if you look at it, their stadium is better than some college stadiums, but I don't know too many people from her high school that are just doing it big like that. And they invest. I mean, they have a campus, like this is a public school. Uh,
It's ridiculous.
they, they have the baseball field, they have the soccer. But when I went there and we walked in, I stood there and she was like, "Mom, come on." I was like, "What the hell?"
It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
there is a literal jumbotron in at my daughter's high school with this artificial, that not artificial, but that good turf, that NFL grade turf is what they
Mhm.
You
have.
score a touchdown, they name up there, the stats.
Mhm.
I mean,
And it's graphics and everything. And I was so like, oh my God. But at least with Texas, the money is being invested because
Yeah.
the product is going to grow. I don't know what they're
and
doing.
they pump them up because I don't even leave my house if they're playing at that
So
stadium.
what?
I'm not getting in that traffic. I'm just
Mm.
not.
Where is this? So I'm in North Carolina, so unfamiliar. So is this coming from from high school boosters, or
Yeah,
is this
they you
government?
what it is boosters, they pay in it. Like I do a lot of photo booths, so I've been to a
Mm.
lot of the high schools out here when they have their their award ceremony. Did a lot of times the kids who play football, they're not even there. They gone in December. When Christmas is over, they go to school.
Mhm.
They graduate early out here. They're not even here in the spring. They don't even go there on proms.
Right.
So it's the boosters that
Mm.
put it in here. Yeah, it's unreal. When I went and they're giving out the awards, you have a running backs coach, you have a quarterback. It's almost like the NFL. They don't play no games. There ain't no head coach, this and coach. Every
Mhm.
position has their positioning coach, and they practice that way. When you go to work, these kids are out on the field at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning with the stadium lights on, running
Right.
drills, baby. So, and
Right.
that's the first workout
Right.
for the day. They coming back
Right.
this evening. So, and then even down
Right.
to their PE, you know how we go to PE, we play all day. PE is football. If you're on the football team,
Mhm.
you go to practice. That is your. So it's
Mhm.
different, just the culture is here different and how they build them up. I'm sure Florida, California follows those same regimens. Some of these other states might need to.
Oh,
Right.
absolutely.
So it's crazy. It's unbelievable out here. So
Yeah.
just wanted
Yeah.
to get them that shout out. I think we went on a whole tangent on college ball or high school ball in Texas, but we're gonna move on along. We ain't got but a couple more. I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me, but it's a good combo, y'all. I appreciate you. Free agency. Y'all know it went crazy. Me and Tasha did a thing this week, and we covered it Tuesday by ourselves. But just wanted to go over a couple of things that we still had out there. The Cowboys,
America's team. Say it
they're
right.
still signing nobody. Still signing nobody.
Y'all
Um,
Cowboys fans?
only
Hell
one.
yeah. It's
Only
This
one.
one.
America's team.
Only one.
Which America?
But I'm pissed. Don't be sitting there stone face.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting on the intro. I'm trying to see
Brandon,
what you're going with this.
he roots for whichever team is in his best interest.
Right.
Who is
Tennessee and
that? Who,
Cowboys,
me?
they're all
You
losers. They're always losers. So he just never picks right. But the breaking news is Cowboys still ain't picking nobody or anybody worth anything. Yeah, I said
They got
it.
Miles Sanders.
you see some Kenny Dion in them?
Let me give him a clap.
No, he was so deep on the Panthers bench that people forgot about him.
Okay, so now I see what this is. This is a setup. So you recruiting all these Cowboys haters to come on the show,
Don't put
and
me in that. Don't put me in that.
Oh,
you the queen
Hey,
Cowboy hater. You the
I just
queen.
got off that narcotic today, and I said it early on our show.
You
I'm
the
finally
queen.
off of that cowboy narcotic.
First of
I
all,
don't even know why
when
y'all was
you
still on it.
that's a capital A for America, is capital T for team. As far as signing nobody, we got Dak, we got CD, we got Micah. We still got a strong offensive line. We still got Deron Bland. We still got Travion Diggs. We still got
Y'all
elite
ain't signed Micah yet, and
athletes.
Trayvon is crappy. He ain't played good last year.
Um,
When. You cry, what the hell the baby gonna do?
I'm crying. No, we way ahead of them West Coast wannabes. I'm not gonna get into
This is
them
Why
because
you
painful.
giving me
This
the
is so
smoke? I've been
painful to
rooting for
see
your
the
shitty
Virginia.
ass team for the last 3 years. I have been rooting for them simply off of Sedarian De Leon Lamb. But I'm
This
off
is
that
painful.
narcotic
This
as
is
of today.
painful. I feel sorry for you. I'm gonna pray for you.
no, we
You
so
ain't jumped off of this loud. This, please, G.
no, so I yeah no. Being in North Carolina, you hear Cowboys and the Commanders. They're the dominant teams, even though we have the Panthers since
hmm
1995. But
hmm
all my uncles, uncles and
Uh-huh.
cousins, and it's
Uh-huh.
Cowboys this, Cowboys that. So no,
Yes.
I hear it all the time.
Yeah, you
Uh,
do. That's
so
what it
yeah,
means for America's team, Farrah.
You don't hear that in the Yay area.
Third coast team.
but yeah,
I
no,
don't
I
think
mean that. But I asked my uncles, like, why didn't y'all switch? And they were like, well, when I was growing up, the only teams that we could watch were the Cowboys,
the
the
Redskins.
Redskins,
And
and
the
the
Steelers.
Steelers. Yeah. So
So
that a
Yeah.
lot of them stuck with the Cowboys. So you
Yeah,
know,
they worth sticking to. It's a
everyone
marriage
can't be
that
smart.
it's a great marriage, a fruitful,
No, it's not.
prosperous
It's not.
union.
And as you can see, all y'all do is fuss amongst yourselves. You always beat yourself. It's always y'all. You're your own defender, everything. Okay? You beat yourself every year. And now your players are fussing at each other. And I saw you guys, y'all talked about it this morning. I saw you on the extra point. And they talked about it, and I think Paul had his own feelings about it. And you made a good point. So with Micah fussing with good old Demarcus, he left. You're a clown. You shut up, quit tweeting, and you could have won some damn games. Now they want to fuss. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Why you say it like that, Farrah? Don't say it like that.
I'm
Don't
just
make them
saying.
sound real petty.
But my thing is Michael, you're two-faced. You want to talk about him, but then you can go on other podcasts and say, well, if I ain't got no ring, and by the time I'm 29, 30, he already told what team he wants to go to. So
He really did.
You
He
saying
did.
it, but then you want to talk about DeMarcus being real about why he didn't stay? Then he needed to give him an offer. He needed to get the hell up out of there. If he had stayed, it should have been just a retire. He could have said, I'm gonna retire, and they'd have let him stay one more year and let him go ahead and retire. Or he could have done it now. So I don't know how much more he's gonna be able to win a Super Bowl in Seattle, but I bet you he'll win more playoff games than he do in Dallas. Now I'm gonna let Don go. Go ahead.
Well, Farrah, I got cussed out this morning when
you did.
when I gave my opinion on
I ain't done either. If you want round two,
on what I
Brandon,
thought
he
was
cussed
up.
her out.
Because I said the C bitches would probably win before the cow bitches, but
oh,
I got cussed out. But I said I tend to agree kind of with what D-Law said, because I don't think the Cowboys are going to ever win, especially since like y'all do know Jerry's old, right? And his main goal is to win another championship before he goes off into them pearly gates. I don't see that happening in Jerry's lifetime. And it's simply because of some of the decisions that Jerry makes. I do agree with Micah, because as of now, that is still his organization. They just have not given him that contract, which is a couple of dollars more than the $40 million that Myles Garrett got. It should be. But Micah is supposed to defend his organization. What was he supposed to do? Not say anything?
He's supposed to say it is. I'm going to the Chiefs.
To Farrah's point, I think he's been caught in the public saying some things that were kind of against the organization, and Jerry probably pulled him in the office like, look here, if you're gonna have a
He did it last
podcast,
preseason.
yeah, if you're gonna have this podcast and you're gonna be on X and all these other social media, you probably need to start defending us. So I think he probably jumped out there like a crash dummy on this on this one.
And remember, he didn't even rank Dak as, like, when they were asking about the top quarterbacks, he didn't even name Dak. And y'all know it'll never be no clanger slander. I don't care what y'all say Dak ain't doing down there. I'm not talking about Dak.
Well, he talks too much trash. He has his podcast and he leaves evidence. So I don't even know what he even opened his mouth to DeMarcus Lawrence. You should have tried to learn a few more things. Because this man has went 7 years fully guaranteed. He knows how to make his money. Contract.
But they ain't won nothing as long as D-Law was there either.
They ain't won nothing. Is that D-Law fault?
Farrah.
Is that D-Law fault? I ain't no Cowboys fan.
Farrah. I hate to sound like Stephen A. Smith, because he does this on First Take from some time, but I had a bar line from Stephen A. Smith. Can you take the graphic down so I can see the whites of y'all eyes real quick? I want to see y'all face real quick when we talk about this. Like there y'all go. I want to look, especially you, Farrah. Right. They showing the eyeballs. I'm just intimidating.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
First of
What you
all,
got?
when somebody says first of all, it sounds like they're going to be long-winded, and I'm not going to be long-winded. So sorry about the first of all part. Jerry Jones don't care if Michael Parsons is talking good or bad about the Cowboys, as long as he's in the A block on all the national sports shows on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday morning. Anytime the star is plastered on the A block of First Take and Get Up and Speak and all of these other sports entities, these national shows, Jerry's okay. Second, DeMarcus Lawrence is right. That ain't gonna win no. That yeah, okay. He does a lot of tweeting and didn't do as much winning. But DeMarcus Lawrence, how much did you contribute to winning when you was there? Where's the tangible evidence that you were putting up Myles Garrett? This ain't Myles Garrett with the Browns, where you doing 17 sacks, 18 sacks, 19 sacks, defensive player of the year. Like when Emmitt Smith was with the Cardinals and he called himself a dime in a trash bag. Like this ain't that. Michael has been a better player than you for his 4 years on the Cowboys with you. You only played in 4 games last year. All right.
Respect your elders. That's what I got.
You played in 17, 17, 16, 16. You ain't had a 10-sack season since 2018. You sounded a little bit, you're looking a little bit like Coach SpongeBob shoes. You're 50-50, bro.
No, he sounded like a Cowboys player. We're going to win the Super Bowl, but ain't won one in 35 years.
Brandon, they're going to jump on me. So I'm going to just talk to you brother to brother.
No, because you ain't finna. Why you got to pull Mike Tomlin into this? Why you got to pull?
Because I'm throwing shots at everybody. I feel attacked.
To do with this?
I feel he doesn't. He doesn't, and you're right about that. But I feel attacked, and hurting people hurt people. All right? My voice is down right now. I'm bleeding out on people who didn't cut me. Can I have this moment to bleed?
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, Brandon, I'm crashing out because my Cowboys is going backwards, and then I got passed up by the Eagles and the Commanders. All right? I'm already dealing with that shit. I don't need this. I don't need this. So for D-Law, take your 5, 6, 7 sack having ass. Take your 23 sacks in 5 years having ass on up the road. So you get 2 feet out of Dallas and go to a bum team, and the Seahawks who are going to be the last in the division. They're worse than the Cardinals. They're worse than the retooled 49ers, and they're damn sure worse than the Rams. So you want to wait till you get all the way over there to throw shot. You can't get no further away from Dallas than Seattle. The star's right there. Hold the press conference right there. Stand 10 toes down in front of the people and say all of this stuff. You get way over there now. All of a sudden, I never win there. Well, when you was begging for a contract extension 3 years ago, you didn't think that. Oh, Jerry, please just throw me something. I'm in a bind, Nate. Nate, then you're on your back with the landlord humping on you. We have no problem taking Jerry money. So like we down bad right now, Brandon.
With the landlord humping.
Brandon, we down bad. Okay, we don't need this. We don't need this. I'm down bad. I'm trying. I'm fighting for my life over here, Gail. The whole NFC done passed us up in one season, and we got to deal with this shit. This is just, come on, Farrah.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you.
With a sweaty Nate humping you with that. I just can't.
That was heartfelt, man. Listen, that is the epitome of HourTake. This was your take.
I'm sorry.
Tell us how you really feel, though. Let's see how that goes.
We down.
Okay, you back? You back? You back?
We them boys. And I'm sorry, Torrance. I'm sorry. But I'm throwing darts at everybody because my team is under attack. The enemy's climbing the gate.
Man, listen. I'm over here. Look. She done said, Talib Tomlin out of this. Woo! Yes, it was true.
No. One last thing, and I'm finna shut up, I swear. Brandon, it's the fact that these two are enjoying it. It's pissing me off.
Again, Brandon, see, he coming on here telling untruths.
No.
Brandon, for the last 3 to 4 seasons, I have gone back and forth when I picked who was going to win the NFC East. I always picked Philly, or I always picked the Cowboys. And he's not giving me credit for that. And I told him, as much as they want to talk about Dak, y'all can't talk about Dak in my presence. And I love CD Lamb, so y'all ain't finna talk about CD Lamb. That made me a undercover in the closet cow bitch fan.
See,
But
see,
this
you how she
morning,
emasculates us. You don't call nobody else a feminine name in the
that's a
NFL.
lie. I call them the C bitches. Shout out my brother Carlos Diaz. That was his team. Rest in peace, brother. But yeah,
Sarah, bring her in. You heard?
look. I try to give them credit because they always get right there. And Brandon, you'll know what this means. They nut up.
Yeah.
No, don't assume he nut up. See, that's what the problem is. Brandon, you got to fight back with them.
Y'all do nut up. What do y'all? So what do y'all call it for these last few years? What do you call it?
Oh man, look, he over there stressing. We gonna bring it on in.
Yeah, I got to get my comfort food. Y'all got me sweating over here.
We only have a couple more. I promise y'all, we only have a couple more topics. I ain't fooling with y'all. We gonna move on along from them cowgirls, but it's Donald. Donald, this is Donald's best fit, y'all. Who, if we can readjust.
I mean, I don't necessarily know if it's his best fit. I mean, I think it was his only choice, seeing how Minnesota didn't want to re-sign him. I don't know if that had anything to do with them really wanting to develop or bring JJ McCarthy on up, because we don't know how he is after that injury that he suffered, like literally weeks after he got drafted. Or are they still out there trying to get Brett Favre? Like, I mean, not Brett Favre,
Aaron
Rodgers. We don't know what's going on, but not necessarily the best fit. This could have been his only fit. But I would have preferred to see him in Pittsburgh over Mason Rudolph.
Me too.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I get it. But maybe when you see this changes it up a lot. A lot can change in a week. So this is what Seattle looked like before, and then what they've actually gotten together now.
I still think because both of those guys, Cup and Smith and Jigba, those are still kind of like slot receivers. He still needs an over the top guy. Losing DK was
okay. What about the draft? What's their number in the draft?
That's a good
one. We so stuck on free agency, we keep forgetting the damn draft.
I mean, this draft is weak, so it's not really a lot. People are not really talking about this draft.
They just need some filler in.
But you can't get like a rookie wide receiver, like you said. You think he's gonna be the one that's gonna go over the top like that? I mean,
ain't no steals out there, but at least
other than Travis Hunter, who is cornerback receiver, who is the top receiver that people are looking at?
The boy. Well, there's the boy from Arizona.
McMillan. McMillan, from Arizona, he's pretty good.
Oh, there's some sleepers out there that
the boy from Missouri.
Yeah, Burton. Luther Burton.
Yeah.
Luther.
Oh, and it's 18.
That's
18. They picked 18, Farrah.
Okay. So then you can't tell me they don't have a chance to pick.
But those two guys that y'all name, are they first round worthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They had a whole lot of production. They just didn't play for a top. Well, Arizona was ranked at one point.
Yeah, they had a nice little run, and Missouri tapered off at the end of the season, which kind of tanked their value. But this was more of a situation of Travis Hunter blowing by them with the media push than it was that they weren't already there.
Okay.
They came into the season as the top two receivers as far as NFL prospects. They didn't Travis Hunter.
Their numbers are they only play one side of the ball, but their numbers are better than Travis's are as receivers. It's just Travis is a once in a lifetime generational player. So
and we know he's not going to be there at 18. We still don't know what side of the ball he's going to play.
Shedeur could be.
They said at the combine. At the combine, Travis was. I think they listed him as a corner, so I think he's going to play corner, and they'll probably use him in some offensive packages.
Okay, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
That's what I would do.
Him doing like he was in Colorado, like
there's no way. Yeah,
it's no way.
There's no way he can do
that wear and tear, and he's a smaller guy. He's short. And
he's gonna end up hurt immediately.
Right. This is what I was watching Cam. He said, you got to think about it like this. He said, you go against the Miami Dolphins. Travis Hunter has to go guard Tyreek Hill. And
Mhm.
then on the other side, he has to get by Jalen Ramsey.
And
Like
that ain't gonna happen.
there's no way that's going to be possible for a full game and you play all the snaps.
No,
Mhm.
not
Right.
a 4 or
Hey,
5
he
It's
got
got to
second.
smoking.
Especially
He
if you
got to
be
go over
playing
there
in
with.
Miami in that heat when they put the visitors in there, depending on what time of year they play,
What?
that boy gonna be gassed. Not
Yeah.
not
True.
saying that he can't do it. We're just saying it would be a
Colorado,
struggle.
it ain't 70
Hey,
degrees in
Waddle can give
Colorado.
him smoke too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
There's a lot that would give him some damn smoke.
Yeah.
Everybody running a 4-5-4-2. What the hell do you think? But
Right.
Yeah,
let's see
he's
how
a
And
that
you
works.
got
yeah.
the DK Metcalfs of the world. To Tasha's point, with his size concerns, how do you
Welcome to
hold up
the
in the run game as a
NFL.
corner with big physical receivers blocking your ass? We'll see.
Yeah, he won't
Well,
even be able to come off
well,
the line,
you know,
man.
Dion didn't tackle, so
Well,
he,
that's true. That's
That is
true.
true.
That's true.
Dion ain't never tackled.
He was too busy to tackle. He didn't need to.
Dion to push you, get the interception and run it back prime
Yeah.
and do that
Yeah.
little dance and call it a day.
He
Yeah.
ain't doing none of that. But
That's true.
definitely. But moving on along, just want to give a little, hate to see it.
yeah.
We lost one. I have to give some respects. R.I.P. to Oliver Miller, one of the best to do it out here with the Sun. So I did want to give that. I think I'm not sure, was it cancer or something like that? Not too sure, but I'm so tired of 25 taking
Right.
so much. But rest
Yeah.
in peace, condolences to his family, friends,
Right.
all the organizations he played for, all that good stuff. So.
And if y'all go back to them days when he was at Arkansas with Todd
Yeah.
Day and Lee
Yeah.
Maven,
With Mayday. Yeah.
I remember I used to leave church and be like, I gotta hurry and get home because Arkansas playing.
40
90
minutes
ahead.
ahead.
Oh, 40 minutes. Yeah. Yeah.
So definitely wanted to give that rest in peace to Oliver Miller. But outside of that, I want to move on a couple more things. Y'all already know that damn Curry. Lord have mercy. I mean, shit. 4,000 threes. And they already asking for another 1,000 before he out of here. What y'all think?
It's possible.
It is.
The one
You know
thing
what?
about
Go
oh,
ahead,
I'm
Brandon.
sorry.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Oh no, I was gonna say you can lose athleticism, but that jump shot ain't never gonna go away. All he got to do the for the next 5 years, he can just go out there and spot up and still get an extra 1,000. So
All I can ask for is that his son come on in and take them over 15,000 as a family. Because right now they running over 8,000 with him and his dad alone with just threes in the NBA. I can only imagine Steph's little. We watched Steph with his daddy walking on the sideline. Can we see this again?
But they say records are made to be broken.
Oh yeah.
The next person that's close to him is James Harden, and he's nowhere near it. Nowhere.
That's crazy to even say. The next closest person ain't even
Harden.
nowhere near it.
Like LeBron and the scoring.
Oh,
That's scoring.
here we go. He scored 50,000. He's in the 50K club.
50K.
It's almost 50.
50K.
Well, I got you in a minute. Don't even worry. I got you, buddy.
50K.
Got you next. Oh, well, the Celtics take these. Will they?
yeah, I
You
think so.
You really think that over my Cleveland? I know you saw that picture. I know I saw that.
I don't know.
The
They
Cavs is on a 6-game winning streak. I've been on the Cavs all year.
Boston don't have to get an inside game.
Y'all gonna take them?
Tasha,
number one in the East. Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with you 3,000%. They hoisted up 63 threes against OKC the other night. You're not beating a team with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley playing at an elite level on the inside. They have bigs. They run. They have Spider-Man, who was not on the court last night, and they still blew through Memphis, who had Jaren Jackson Jr. back. Blew their ass out in the grindhouse. That team is deep. That team is versatile. That team is built for playoff basketball, the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I know T-Double hadn't been on the Cavs bandwagon all year long. It's time to buy a ticket, my brother.
The reason I say
that
y'all can forget it. Cleveland's gonna win. They're coming out of these. Okay, the Celtics are not. Because first off, you look at the screen I got up. Do you see these numbers? Cleveland is 56-10. They've only lost 10 games this season. You think they're gonna lose 9 more just to let Celtics
But
catch
but
up.
but championship pedigree, to Brandon's point, does play a factor in this. I got it. The NBA is one of the few leagues left where you don't just go from zero to championship. You got to get some battle scars up, and we'll see if last year was that for Cleveland, because Boston ain't gonna be no chump.
So
No.
Eastern Finals, you're saying Boston will be Cleveland in 7.
I think that two things can be true. I think that to Brandon's point, Boston is going to be a tough out. But to Tasha's point, not if they're shooting 65 threes a game.
I'm calling it early. The Pistons is taking the East. Y'all see us back in the ground at 6-5. Y'all
did you say the Pistons taking the East? You see me looking down trying to find.
Hey, Kay Cunningham is a stat stuffing bucket getter.
He is, but he's no.
I mean, y'all, he got to go PP
in the first place.
Bickerstaff is doing his thing. We got to put some check in his name.
20 games out.
But here's the thing that happens in the NBA, because it happened last year. I think Cleveland was they the number one last year? I know OKC was. What happens is you've got these teams who are good all across the board, but when it comes to those bright moments, that's when you need those stars.
Yeah.
The Jason Tatums, the Jaylen Browns,
Right.
and I think Darius Garland has stepped up this year. But when you need those moments, when it comes down to those moments and you need a bucket, I don't know if they have anybody outside of Donovan that's going to really get it.
They've been getting it all year.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But that's not
it's
the
regular
same as a
season.
7-game series, though.
Regular season, you're not playing
Who
your
else
best.
out of the East? Who else out of the East besides Celtic is really gonna be a big threat to them?
Watch out for Giannis in Milwaukee.
Okay, let me put up my
With Kuz.
With Kuz and with Damian Lillard looking like that he's actually trying to finish his career on a high note now.
Right.
Like we're back to Dame time, Dame.
Yeah.
And it's always that narrative that the East is always the weaker conference because you see so many powerful teams out west.
Right.
But yeah, you can never sleep on a healthy Giannis out there playing.
That's the word. A healthy Giannis, and Detroit could be a sneaky 6 play if you're the 3 seed. They're skating without a stick.
Yeah, we definitely are, because that's that gritty brand, baby.
I personally just ain't worried about nobody else. New York, I see them climbing.
The Knicks,
yeah, the Knicks are another good one. Yeah.
So I do see that. That's the only other threat. I'm not really worried about the Heat. I'm really not this year. After Butler's gone, what is it to worry about? He wasn't playing no way. But as you can see, we got 2 that's already clinched. We got a couple that's projected to clinch by a certain date, but y'all talking about it.
Could you put the standings back up? I feel like we're missing somebody. Orlando.
Yeah.
I know they're 8th seed, but they're tough.
Dear Blanchard, he's over there doing his thing since he's gotten back. He got to drop a couple more 50 points. 50
yeah, he dropped 43 last night.
Yeah, they need to be healthy though, because I don't think their core players have all played together very much. But at the beginning of the season, they were scorching.
Right, but their soda isn't sizzling no more. You know how your soda gets flat?
All happened was Blanchard got hurt, and when he went out for that stretch,
they lost their sizzle. They kind of lost their sizzle. I would be jockeying to play them in the play-in if I'm somebody. If it got to a 1-game elimination type format, I would probably be seeking out Orlando. Although Pablo he's dope.
They would be a bad matchup for Cleveland, in my opinion.
Yeah,
you got all your bigs. You've got.
And Franz Wagner is low key.
Yeah, that's what I was just getting ready to bring him up. Yeah.
It would be. Y'all fuss about the East, though. What about the West? What y'all got?
I mean, the West is gonna be the West.
Don't even bring up no Lakers. I'm waiting on somebody.
But no, I mean, not even bringing the Lakers in. The West is as wide open as it has ever been. Like you don't have a clear cut, even though you got OKC out there balling. You got Denver that's gonna do Denver. I mean, come on, Houston, the Grizz, the Lakers, Golden State. It's wide open because I don't really see, like we say, it's regular season, then it's the playoff season. Right now, if you're just looking at it on paper, ain't nobody beating OKC. No. But
You got Memphis in there. Houston ain't
Right,
no
you
damn
got-
joke. Quit
Yeah.
playing what you want to.
And then you can never take out Golden State as long as you
Right.
got Steph Curry. You can't never. And then now they got Jimmy Butler.
Right.
You can't
They've
never.
only lost one game since Jimmy been there too.
Right.
Exactly.
You cannot count out Golden State, and you never know. Memphis may get a wild hair, and they may go on a tangent.
Tasha, this is what I agree with you 1,000% as far as the wild, wild west for these two reasons. And Brandon, I'm glad you pulled back up this so we can see it in real time. Houston and Memphis could both beat OKC in a 7-game series
Yeah.
or lose
Yeah.
to a
Oh,
play-in
hell
team.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like they could lose to Minnesota or Sacramento in a 7-game. They're just
Hell,
really
if
compact.
Dallas get their people back,
No, Dallas, don't take the Cooper flag.
Yes,
Like
yeah.
don't put
They
your
need-
fans through no more.
go on and let AD rest for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
man, this was our year. Y'all know that though, right? Y'all know this was about
It was shaping up to be something special, but
It
But we
was.
gonna move
It
on. Don't even
was.
want to talk about it no more. And we ain't gonna talk about KD out there.
Tasha, I agree 1,000% wide open.
No, we ain't talking about KD Farrell.
Okay. I am hearing that the Spurs could possibly get flagged. They season turn track. Can you imagine flag and Wemby?
And
No.
De'Aaron Fox,
I can't.
And Stephen Castle. Castle's been cooking.
he cooked the Grizzlies in 3 games this year.
Good.
They
I
played.
think picture that is working. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I'm just
And
saying.
De'Aaron Fox.
Yep.
I mean, they're,
De'Aaron dropped 30 something on somebody the other night.
they're the third
Oh, the
third bottom
Mavericks.
team in the West. They could definitely trade up to get it.
What the beautiful thing about the NBA lottery is they don't go by standings. I mean, they go by whatever the lottery ball falls.
Yeah.
So
That's true. That's
who will
true.
probably get the number one might be the Suns.
No, the Mavs are gonna get that ping pong ball like they
Suns
did
get the number
second
one.
foot.
We deserve it
1085.
after everything we had to give the hell up.
Or you do like they say the Suns get the number 1 pick, but 2 years ago they made a trade with
Yeah.
OKC, and
Right,
now
right.
the first round becomes that pick, and then here they go loaded.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, let's not ever forget that in 1992, Shaquille O'Neal was the number 1 overall pick to the Orlando Magic. They missed the playoffs by 1 game. They had 1 ping pong ball and got the number 1 pick again. The expansion team, come on, man. As soon as Mike left, they ascended to the NBA Finals. I'm just saying, to your point, Brandon, you can manipulate that damn ball in the back room.
Well,
Hey,
I
Dallas.
need Charlotte to do it
like you
because
do dice. You can
Tasha,
do dice.
how about this? You send Luka to a big market like LA for the league. We'll get you Cooper flag. We'll get you Cooper
I thought
flag.
about that. I did
We'll let
do
you
that.
rebound with that. But we need Luka because I'm looking at these ratings. we need an international star in our biggest market.
Wow, Paul, that's some stuff right there. We're gonna see how this play out.
But what do I say sometimes about the ratings too? We don't know who half these players are. I always say one and done.
No, ain't no we, you.
Yeah,
me and Brandon watch.
I don't know who half these people are.
Well,
I mean, if they're not a superstar, I don't know.
I mean,
Well, I'll say this: it's also difficult to watch all the games. I'm a Hornets fan. I can't watch Hornets games. They get blacked out.
Yeah.
You gotta download an app, the Bally Sports app, and pay another subscription to watch
I have
them
to do that
lose.
for the Grizzlies.
To watch them lose 80 games. So I'm not doing that.
And I have 6 ESPNs down here. All the NBA is in Spanish.
Go to the game.
It's all of them in Spanish.
But Brandon, you have the best color commentator and play-by-play announcer in the game. That dude is cold for the Charlotte. Y'all got to win to give him more highlights. That dude is a bucket when he calls those Hornets games. I got the league pass because I'm financially irresponsible. But go ahead.
But we gonna move on.
Too many apps.
It is.
Too many apps. There's too many places, and I'm tired of paying all these damn apps. So
Right,
the NBA
right.
only gonna get me. I'm not paying for that. But you can holler at me with your login though.
Oh man.
My last topic. This is it. We done. Y'all's back.
Oh man.
okay, and I only bring this up because of you know LeBron went on his load management right when y'all needed him. This that slew of games, and then all of a sudden, he's mad on the court. Somebody hit him in the chin. I don't know what the hell wrong, growing, whatever. He's out when they needed him the most. But y'all want to call him the damn goat. That's my whole point. You want to call him the goat, but look what he's missing out on. You can put your crown on. I don't care. LeBron is trash. He's not the goat. He's proven it. These games alone will show you this was damn load management so he can make it to the playoffs. He wants to go on that last little spree so he can make it to the playoffs. He want to get there, but he needs a break. He's old. You know what break you need? Fucking retire. Get your ass out. Get your ass out. Because guess who wouldn't have done any of this? The man. To the right. You say him. You said, I'll go ahead and let you say what you need to before I throw all my stats out to you to tell you otherwise. Because numbers don't lie. Paul, I'm calling you.
Can I see the panel's face?
Yeah, but take a last look at him. I'm bringing him back.
You just called Goat James load manager.
Yeah, we all know that.
The man is going to miss 2 weeks.
Important 2 weeks.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan took years off in the middle of his career, not once, but twice. He took a whole year off and went to go play Chitlin Circuit baseball. Then he retired again for a couple of years, came back with yellow eyeballs and a beer belly.
And still got 40 on him.
With yellow eyes. So, I'm going to stop you from scrambling and trying to figure, but you go ahead. Go ahead and
No, I'm just saying, like we're talking about 22 years of 27, 10, and 7. 22 straight years, no breaks, no pauses, no fake retirements, no LeBron James would never have an organization pick a coach over him. In 1998, The Last Dance told us that Michael Jeffrey Jordan told the Bulls organization, if you don't bring back Phil Jackson, I'm going to retire. They let him walk.
If you don't put my son on the team, I'm going to walk. If you don't put my son on my team, I'm going to walk.
They let him walk.
Which one was for the organization? Your son or this coach that you knew?
What do you think the Luka trade is?
Right. I mean, that's okay. But I'm saying,
pissed off that lady. She wants a casino in Dallas.
The Bulls let him walk. Meanwhile, the Lakers took LeBron's son, so he'll sign an extension. They're not the same.
He ain't signed no extension yet, though.
No. Tell me.
He can still leave after this year.
Okay.
Well,
my theory is that he goes to Golden State.
He's gonna keep you on them short deals. I ain't mad at him playing with Curry. He just wanted his son in the league.
All I know is Michael Jordan scored 3,041 points in one season in 1987. Take one season. You can chop up all the other ones that he didn't play, or he went to the baseball league for a year, came back to the whatever
minor league.
Whatever pauses and breaks you want to put in, it still won't add up.
5 years.
Because what he did and what he had to do it, LeBron ain't willing to because he's a load manager. That's what it is. So the closest since then, only about 40 years ago, no one has ever done it again. You know why? Because everybody won't play. You got to play 82 games to be able to break his single season record. No one is going to ever play 82 games. He's not going to play. He's not going to play 82 games. Michael Jordan had it. Kobe was the closest in 2006. He scored 28. Harden came close in 2019. But you got to play all 82 games and average 37 points in order to surpass just a one single season record. You tell me how can he do it when he can't even play but 64 because he wants to at least be eligible for MVP.
Yeah, that's true. That we're gonna keep it around 65 games. Go ahead, somebody.
22 years is impressive, but you have all of modern technology, all of the money that the NBA has made to put into those years of getting the right chef. You got to understand, Mike came in the league when they were doing cocaine at halftime. They were smoking cigarettes and drinking Miller Lite. Mike, Mike came. They were doing cocaine at halftime. So, first of all, they didn't see themselves playing past 10 years. So for Mike to come in and implement his own workout regimen, and while he was still partying to 3 in the morning and smoking cigars and gambling, that's pretty impressive.
It
Had
is.
he
It
had
is.
he been focused to play 20 years, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
Right, but he left the door open for the king. Though.
I mean,
He
Jordan
left the door open.
in his last season, Jordan did play when he was 40 years old. He did play all 80 games.
80 games, yep.
That's the distinguishing of making him a GOAT and not. It ain't just who's hot right now. Look at the numbers.
But wait a minute.
Look,
Right now, Farrah, he came into the league in 2003. Coincidentally, the year where Michael Jordan put his finger up and left out the church. He didn't want any footage of him on the same NBA floor with LeBron James.
Are you
So
serious?
the
right
year
now?
that he came in is the year that MJ magically retired for good this time, because the last two were peekaboo, guess who's back type retirements. But when that kid from Akron came in all white and shook the commissioner's hand, and we knew that Cleveland had themselves a champion, he was like, you know what, man, I think I'm gonna go into ownership.
Well, the first time he retired, you can't fault him for that. They killed the man daddy and made a
That's
rap.
what I've told him
Yeah,
that.
they
I've
made a
told him
rap video.
Paul one of them that think he had something to do with it.
And
I
then
don't know. I don't. I'm not saying that. I'm
in
not saying
LeBron
that.
James' career, LeBron has only played what I'm looking at 1, 2,
And the
3,
fact that
not
LeBron
counting the
has-
bubble year.
Jordan already has.
He
him
only
at
played
835.
3 seasons of 80 plus games.
Thank you. And all the stats that he has, LeBron. I mean, Jordan
But-
at 35, 32.
So
He
are
had to
you all
play many
saying that
seasons to
that
get the same numbers?
are you all saying that playing 22 years at this level is because he was Kawhi Leonard? Is that what y'all saying?
I mean, I'm not saying that.
Because that's not the case.
I
No,
attribute LeBron James's longevity is to the fact that he redid his whole self. Like he knew to have this longevity on this court, I've got to do better in my body. He lost a little weight. Now he has a personal chef that cooks all the meals for the family. He has that trainer guy that travels with him wherever he goes.
He even
did
has a spray painter to do his hair.
Michael Jordan was bald before he beat the Pistons. Let's not do the hair stuff.
But LeBron knew what he needed to do in order to get to longevity in his career, just like Tom Brady did. Tom Brady, that last championship he won, I'll tell people he didn't win that. The Tampa Bay defense did. But you could still put Tom Brady out there and knew Tom Brady was going to give you what you a little bit of what you needed. Not necessarily what you wanted, but what you needed. So I do give all the credit in the world for LeBron James saying, I got to make some lifestyle changes. I got to get healthier. I got to make sure my knees may be a little weak, my whatever may be a little weak. But as far as conditioning, I'm still going to be able to go up and down this court with these other players. I do give him credit to that. When Paul and I have this discussion about Michael Jordan taking off, as you said, he lost his father. No, you as tight as him and his father was, you cannot know what that man was going through. He did this. He says, "Okay, I'm doing this in tribute to my dad because my dad loved baseball." Woo, woo, woo. But when Jordan came back, they still won 3 more championships. And he did have some games where I was like, "Okay, Jordan need to hang it up." But when I saw that man at 40 years old play a whole entire season, and I hate Michael Jordan. I'm a Detroit Pistons fan. I wanted them to knock him in his collarbone and break it. I do not like Michael Jordan. But that is the most amazing basketball player that I have ever seen in life. Not saying, and this is again a debate, LeBron is the king. Michael Jordan is the best basketball player that I have ever seen in life. And I love to watch LeBron James. I'm giving all kind of kudos. LeBron is out here making his money. He got his beautiful family. They be trying to put scandal on it, scandalize his name. He ain't going for none of that. He petty. He be lying. But you cannot take away any of the achievements that LeBron James has had throughout his 22-year career. But Michael Jordan is the best basketball player I have ever seen.
Eloquently said. I totally agree. He is the king, but he ain't the GOAT. And that's just what it is.
He is the greatest basketball player of all time.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
No one has had the sustained excellence that LeBron James has had. Um, I have a question, and I'm seriously looking for answers here
Okay.
because we used he came back and won 3 in a row. That's a team achievement because that same team won 55 games and was a 3 seed in the East when he retired. That same team came back without him and still won 55 games. So that was a collective team. That was a dynasty in the 90s. But that's neither here nor there. Not taking away his 6 championships. How many years did Michael Jordan play in the NBA? 13, 14, 15 years?
Oh, he's about to go to the Shannon Sharp arguments.
I'm just saying. Like,
But he won at 9 versus he won at 9 before he won.
No. I'm just saying Michael Jordan gets credit for an 8-year window, which that 8-year window was the greatest 8-year run, even if you count the layoffs, the retirements. That winning 3, laying out 2, winning 3 more. That is the greatest run, maybe the second greatest to Bill Russell, if we want to count it as far as championship.
Okay.
To Bill Russell. At the time of his retirement, he was absolutely the GOAT of basketball. And I will say that while I consider LeBron James the GOAT, I still concede that Michael Jordan is the most important player in the history of the NBA. He is by far the most important player in the history of the NBA because he took it from a team entity to a star entity that let the league explode internationally the way it did because he was such a global icon. No one can ever take that away from Michael Jordan. Without a Michael Jordan, there is no LeBron James to come behind him, and he did it first. So in that reference, he will always get my respect for that. He is more important to the league's history than LeBron James.
Okay.
But as far as basketball resume, from 2003 to 2000, the man was Western Conference Player of the Month. He won his first one in 2005. 20 years later, that's insane. Like, you used the word trash earlier, Farrah.
Even CJ is yawning. You see, and CJ speaks Spanish. He don't understand nothing we saying. He even yawn.
Trash. You said trash. See, it's the emotion of the Jordan side. It's so emotional. You see us LeBron side, we can give MJ his flowers and just recognize that we just think that someone is better.
That's not how it usually goes.
We just think somebody's better. Nobody, but y'all attack LeBron. She just talked about his spray on tan. She talked about
this all started from Nick Wright and Shannon Sharp, and ever since then it's gotten worse. And so I used to be online and I would say I'm never gonna argue with a Beyonce fan. I'm never going to argue with a LeBron fan, but somehow I always get Taylor Swift and now Drake.
But the MJ fans, y'all are a mob. Y'all are K-Dot fans. Y'all are
because
angry. Why is MJ fans so angry though?
We choose quality over quantity. No,
right there you go. There you go.
Over the past few years, there has been an attack on Jordan's legacy.
Yes.
And guys, they're manipulating the numbers. They're manipulating numbers. Nobody cared about Jordan going 1-9 before he started winning. Nobody cared about you. What's Larry Bird's record before he started winning championships?
Well, I think he won his second year though. And Magic won his rookie
what's
year.
Dr. J's? What's Kareem's?
Dr. J won his later.
Nobody knows those statistics because nobody looked them up before they started arguing about Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is, the whole
and the only reason they're doing that is to make an excuse for LeBron losing.
Exactly.
No, I don't think that's the case. I think that when you're talking about player versus player and career versus career, I think that the 6 rings, the 6-0 is conveniently used when that's a team accomplishment.
But you know, I'm not a ring counter, Paul.
No, I'm not saying you personally. I'm saying just in general. And
but
now,
so is making it to the finals 10 years in a row. That's awesome.
Right, but my idea of GOAT as far as their respective resumes, we can just take championships out of it and just what their production was from the time they entered the league to the time they finished. And LeBron James has been twice as consistent, twice as long as Jordan was at his prime. LeBron James is an MVP
Everybody had a
candidate
first season.
this
Everybody had
year.
a first
But
season.
he had to.
LeBron's first season
Yeah,
wasn't
players
30 points
players
a
are
game.
playing longer now. Like when Jordan was there, 10 years was now guys are playing 50. Steph Curry's about to be 40. He probably could. He's 37.
Right,
He just
They
turned
didn't have the
37.
Like
right,
you
but
said, they was
this,
using
Blazers and the
cocaine, smoking
foods that
cigarettes in the
good.
locker room. Can you
right,
imagine
Exactly.
if Lawrence Taylor wasn't on crack?
right,
Exactly.
right. But hold
He
on,
might try to kill somebody on the field.
but see, this is my thing with that. We only do that with basketball, and it's only the Jordan crowd because no one says, well, if Jim Brown played in 17 games, nobody would have
Yes,
ever broke his
they
single game record.
people
Well,
They
Saquon
do say
Barkley,
that.
who's the best running back, and they say Jim Brown. What if Jim Brown's career would have been longer?
right? But here's the difference: when you post a reel of Saquon Barkley jumping backwards over a grown man, you don't see 1,000 responses that, oh, well, Jim Brown could have did that if they had better treatment and if they had treadmills in the 60s, Jim Brown could have did that. Like,
Because nobody's calling Saquon the GOAT yet. But once you start,
Right.
but
once
but,
you
but
start,
the thing is, why does that make y'all so mad?
it's
Like,
not. It's not mad. It's
no, ain't be angered. No, I'm not saying y'all, man. I'm just saying in the comments.
But the argument
You can use the
became
word
it was
trash.
premature. The argument was premature. It started around the time when he was in Miami. Before he had even won 2 rings, people were already throwing GOAT out there. So as MJ fans, you start defending it. Okay, well, he needs to do this and he needs to do that.
But on every post,
But
on every post,
as LeBron's career started to go on, and he started to have these mishaps, and people started making excuses.
Let me jump team so I can win me a
like,
championship.
like, give me an example of a mishap. Like, what do you mean? Like losing in the finals?
Well, no, not Luke. So against the Spurs, he was outmanned. There was nothing that he
The
could have
first
done.
time against the
Yeah,
Spurs.
but when
Okay.
there was that series against the Pistons, the Celtics, where he basically gave up.
When he left, when the
Yeah,
Delonte West
series,
year.
that series is what caused him to leave. Now the difference between the MJ and LeBron is we would have seen MJ if he got swept by the Pistons. We saw him go into the weight room, build his muscle, and got better. They kept playing the Pistons until he beat them. With LeBron, we didn't see that because he left.
He jumped.
But he came back to Cleveland and won. But he came back to Cleveland and won a championship without D Wade.
I don't like him. It's
He
because
did.
always jumped teams when it wasn't going in his favor.
Jordan jumped teams. He didn't finish with the Bulls.
No, he did. He made everybody around him better.
Jordan went to the Washington Wizards.
Are you
As a
serious
he
right
was
now?
a GM.
See, there's the excuses.
How was
with
that an excuse?
LeBron,
He was
it's
the GM.
excuses
He said
with
this
MJ
team's not good
breathing.
enough. I'm going to come play.
No, I'm
It
just
wasn't like
look.
he said this team is not good enough. I'm going to come off the sideline.
Look, and I normally don't do this to MJ because I normally just stand on business as far as what LeBron did, and I don't take shots at MJ. But let's be real. From 1984 to 91 when they won their first championship, he was getting smoked
Yeah.
by the OG
He didn't leave after 3 seasons. That's the whole point.
But he didn't have to leave because the other teams left. That's the point I'm making. Boston got old. When they were sweeping Michael Jordan in 85, 86, 87, they got old. The Pistons got old.
But when he was playing those Celtics, Jordan was
They were in their early 30s.
out there balling.
The Pistons were in their early
Jordan
30s.
and LeBron were the same player in the early 80s. He was MVP of the league and couldn't get out of the first round in the second
The
round.
Celtics had like 6 or 7 Hall of Famers, and they were in their early 30s.
The Warriors with KD to beat the LeBron in 2 of those finals. Could they be compared to the 86?
No, in no
Celtics?
way. No way they could be compared.
That's
Who would you on the Warriors?
Steph,
you
Clay,
got
Draymond, and KD.
Who you comparing
Draymond
to?
is not a Hall of Famer.
No.
He is definitely. I mean, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. He's gonna make
Hall of
it.
Famer for
Clay-
technical fouls?
Clay's gonna be a questionable one.
No, they're gonna.
Now
make
you
the Hall
can
of Fame.
you can give Steph
Clay
and
again.
KD they
Y'all
first
stop
ballot.
this. Y'all stop this. That 2017 NBA Golden State team would have
You can't
smoked
get it.
the Bulls
You
in the
can't
90s.
get in the Hall of Fame for having.
They
3
would have
good
smoked
seasons.
who?
The Bulls.
Oh,
I said it.
come on,
We're
man.
gonna bring this on in because we've been on here over 2 hours now, and you just you know,
I said it.
you need to bring.
I
Shut
said
this
it.
down because you talking.
No.
I said it.
crazy.
See, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm talking about. With Michael Jordan, there is no critique. Like, he was the perfect player. No, he had no character issues. No, he never had a bad season. He never lost.
That's not true.
Orlando didn't beat him in '95.
Nobody
Oh, that's
said
because
that.
he had just come back. The Celtics beat him in '86, sweep him. Oh, that's because of this, that. The Pistons beat him in '87, '88, '89. Oh, that's because they were a hack-a-shack. It's always an excuse.
I mean,
It's not
y'all always give excuses for why LeBron James is the GOAT, and none of
Exactly.
them are valid.
I'm gonna say
You
this,
mean like
and I'm
all-time
gonna-
league scorer, 22 years,
What
averaging
does that mean
27 points a
about
game?
so, again? You know who got
Come
the
on with
same
the team
amount of
stat.
rings?
Come on with the team stat.
You know who has the same amount of rings as Aaron Rodgers?
Look,
Kenny Pickett. So
what does
you
that
can't
mean?
sit up here and say, "Oh, he
But
got."
that makes my point if you ain't counting rings.
That makes him the greatest, because you already know. I argue with people all the time about who the GOAT of football is. Of course, I'm biased. I'm gonna say it's Jerry Rice, but people keep saying that Tom Brady is the GOAT quarterback.
He is the GOAT.
No, he's not. It's Joe Montana. Now you see.
Now we bringing this on back, and I'm gonna say this. This is it, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all gonna
You
hate
get the
me.
last word. What up, Stone?
Look at Marcus
Stone.
Okay, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Charles
No, Brandon, you get no, Brandon. You officially invited on the extra point. Like Farrell, we're gonna use you as the agent. Send the information, send the link. Because we're gonna continue this conversation for the Gold Squad because they're gonna agree with you, and I'll spray them down too. Let's go.
All I'm saying on the last note, fighting if you want to. If LeBron and MJ wanted to play today, I would say give MJ 6 months, get back in shape, cut down on a couple beers. I promise you, I put my house on Jordan.
Now I'll take that back because I've seen your house.
2026.
Yeah, we have seen your house, Farrell. Don't do that.
You sure?
What I'm
Don't
saying
do that,
is
Farrell.
Let's do it right now. Key for key. Let's go. Key for key.
LeBron couldn't beat Jordan right now. If Jordan was give him 6 months
Brandon.
to get in shape, to get his win.
Don't-
That's all I'm
Brandon,
saying.
are you listening to her?
Don't
Are
say
you listening to
I
her?
love your
Get the
house.
ball when your
Brandon.
ass can't miss a shot. You can't
Brandon.
give it to him. We learned that.
Brandon, see, this is
one-on-one
what I'm
for-
talking. Brandon, I'm trying to appeal to Brandon because he seems really level-headed. Brandon.
Farrell, don't put them keys up as collateral.
You talking
You
about
gonna tell me he couldn't beat him?
She said if he got 6 months to train
60-year-old
with,
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about.
My personal thought is he won't get the ball. He won't get the ball back. Jordan ain't gonna miss.
his wife would be rolling him out of there on a stretcher.
Do you remember his
His fingers point this way now.
Do you know his most
The Wendy fingers.
His fingers be like.
His most patented play is his fadeaway.
Y'all, this show has gone longer than a Marvel's movie.
It has, and we're gonna bring it in, but I'm sticking by it. I think that he could definitely beat him now. He wouldn't be able to get the ball back because of a fadeaway. Period. I don't think he would. He ain't gonna be able to bully him and go down and dunk. You can't get if you don't miss, you don't get the ball.
All you'll see is LeBron doing this after every and one.
After every and one, but I'm gonna leave it at that. We've been on here 2 hours, y'all. Y'all have been awesome. This has been the best show. No pun, TT. But this has been awesome. I love it. Brandon, you know you are welcome anytime.
Yeah, Brandon was dope.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for joining and sticking for 2 hours with us. We normally never go this long. T Sizzle, thank you for hopping on when you could. You brought that flame with you. And Paul, you already know I definitely appreciate you guys. We will be back on Tuesday. I'm assuming my man TT will be back, but y'all know y'all can jump on anytime. But y'all make sure y'all follow the Extra Point Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern on Facebook, and they are on YouTube as well.
On Facebook, I think it's under Paul's name.
Paul Culture. Make sure you drop them links.
I will put my name in here, but I will start using the team one too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I can't tag when people ask us for tags for that.
And they're on YouTube as well. So make sure you guys follow them, like them. But again, any last words, any shout outs? I'll hit up you, Brandon, first. What shout outs you got for us?
You put me on the spot. Shout out to the selection committee. hopefully they got a few miracles for us tomorrow.
I kudo that. I'm with you on that one. Tasha, what you got?
Well, shout out to little CJ. That's another reason. when I told Paul he asked was I gonna come on, I said I got to go do something with my neighbor. This is my neighbor's dog, y'all. I run a damn kennel over here. I got a cat. I got Big Boy, CJ, and I got 5 dogs outside.
Yeah, you got Wild Kingdom going on over there. So, but do that. Save the world. That's what you gotta do. Down there in Dominica, if you know she in Dominica, so definitely she's not even in the States, and we sure appreciate you always joining us. And Paul, last but not least, say the best for last. What's up?
Hey, I'm giving a shout out to Farrah, Brandon, T Sizzle, and Torrance, aka TT, aka T Double. That's my folks. Appreciate y'all for having me on. This was fun. That's it.
All right, guys. Well, no, again, thank you all for joining. Thank you guys for tuning
You
in.
come back, Brandon. We sending you a link to the Extra Point. We're gonna take this on to another show and continue to fight.
So have your Saturday morning at you on Eastern time at 10 Eastern. Have it free.
Y'all gotta follow his page, yo. He kicks knowledge all day long about sports. So y'all make sure y'all holler at him. But again, thank you guys for joining. All that stuff. And on that note, I'm gonna have to say we are going to go ahead and get up out of here. Until next time, y'all be easy. Peace.
Go Blue.
Vamos Azul.